What's going on, everybody? Who's ready for a little late night live stream? I'm here with none other than Brian, the Underground Gutierrez, one of the staples in the community who's been here, well, way before Racing Rivals. He played a few of the predecessors. Brian, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here.
What is up, Joe? Thank you for having me here, man. Shout out to my boy Dave in the chat. I see him already.
I know. We saw him. He was right here first, one of the first in the live chat. We're like, hey, Dave's here. What's up, Dave? Man, Dave just recently had a little one, and congratulations, Dave. I know I've kind of told you that before in private Facebook chat, but it's good to always let you know and say how you doing. Hope everything is good. So Brian, you guys know Brian. Like I said, he's been in the community. He's one of the staples, been here a long time. So let's just go right back to the beginning, Brian. How did you kind of get involved with the whole Racing Rivals, the whole Nitto, all this stuff? When did you jump on board, really?
The 555R Challenge was the very first game that CIE produced. They actually made it in the garage of one of the mom's houses of one of the original developers.
Wow.
From there, they kind of, they hopped into the Nitto 1320 Challenge, which was the first downloadable that they created. From there, they did Robots, which was like a robot war game. That was kind of cool. We beta tested. Basically, we got in good with the guys from CIE, Justin, Rick, Dennis, a bunch of really cool dudes. And they allowed us to beta test basically anything they were creating. Whenever they announced Nitto Legends, which was basically V2 of Nitto, they hated us calling it V2 because they wanted it to be a completely separate game. And we beta tested that, and same thing with field racing, which is, and to be honest with you, Racing Rivals is basically Nitto 3.0.
Yep.
And it's just, you get in good with these guys, and you try your best to take care of them, and in return, they actually take care of you as well.
Yeah. So, I was just sorry. I'm listening to you, and as you're talking, you're going through. My mind's wandering. I'm going. It's kind of weird how, I mean, in a sense, history's kind of repeating itself in a sense as far as the game's concerned, because Nitto and the 1320 Challenge and all these games had their heyday. They were in their prime, and as expected, video games have a shelf life. And what happened is they kind of took that. They took the skeleton and the structure of those games, coding wise, and kind of morphed it into what we have now, Racing Rivals. Right? Is that kind of getting that somewhat?
Yeah, I mean, you're dead on. But what's weird is this is the very first time where we're going to have a developer, which normally would have been CIE both times. But this is the first time that instead of making a new game, they're basically, well, I shouldn't say they're not making a new game, because they are. This is basically a new game.
Yeah.
And, this is the first time, though, where they've tried to continue with the title without doing a complete new start over. Like,
right.
The 1320 Challenge was hurt and it was limping. Instead of spending money on that game, they just went and made a whole new game.
Right.
And when Dave fucked up V2 and made it where you could steal people's parts while they were racing, shout out to Dave. But instead of trying to fix V2, they literally they went out and made Racing Rivals. And after Racing Rivals, they shut down V2 because it was there was no fight there. Like, once they got to where the fight was completely one-sided and they knew they couldn't fix it, they would bail.
Yeah.
And this is the very first time that we're going to see a developer that is not going to bail.
Right.
They're going to put the gloves on, and for better or worse, they're going to try to make this work. And I'm not sure. This is uncharted territory for a game like this. So we'll see what happens.
So, so Nitto Legends, 1320 Challenge. For those of you who don't know, and I'll be honest, I didn't play them. I've heard so much about them. Dave had Dave gave me a preview, and we actually live streamed. I don't know, man. This was before my studio here. I was upstairs in my bedroom with the computer upstairs. So that must have been a year and a half ago. We live streamed, and yeah, and we went through it. And I had a lot of fun. I mean, there was a learning curve that was really tough. You know, it's just trying to get it and understand it. But you know, anyways, long story short, I didn't really actually play it. I jumped in. I started playing Racing Rivals, but when say 1320 Challenge and all these, when they shut when they turned the servers off, the day they shut them down and they started up, you know, they started up Racing Rivals shortly after, and I'm kind of trying to give a little background to everybody to let them know how kind of lucky in a sense that we are, because I keep seeing everybody saying, well, they took our garages, they took this, they did this, they did that, you know. But when you started Racing Rivals, did you get to bring anything, your name, your garage, your cars, anything? Did you get to bring them over to Racing Rivals?
Well, and, you know, I was lucky. Like I said, you know, when you take care of them, they take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
My name was actually saved for me.
Okay, so
when I finally did get my name was already preloaded with some goodies.
Yeah. Okay. So other than knowing, but like 90%, 99% of the player base started over from scratch. They didn't have they didn't have a legacy garage. They didn't have anything. So they lost everything when the doors shut. They lost everything.
I mean, you know, on V1, which was the 1320 challenge,
mm-hmm.
we had premium cars, and these were vehicles
mm-hmm.
that you could buy. They were each about $8, $9.
Yeah.
And they were the premium cars. They were the fastest cars in the game.
Yeah.
And people loaded up on these. I mean, I had accounts that had thousands of these cars, and in the black market, we would sell them for like $5 each.
Mm-hmm.
When V2 started, they announced that they were going to do a transfer mode, and everybody got excited about it, and they thought, oh, good, we're not going to lose anything. But in reality, the transfer mode wound up being for every $8 car, you basically got 10 cents worth of gems on V2. It was horrible.
Wow.
You know, so when V2 was dying, you know, they told us, you know, yeah, you know, we'll try to take care of y'all on this field racing, and they never did, to be honest with you. And I felt horrible for everybody else that came in and that didn't get taken care of the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the worst part is nobody, with the exception of a few people, moderators, super moderators, nobody had their names reserved.
Right.
So for me to get my name and for some of the other moderators, it was kind of a big deal because we didn't have to worry about people stealing our names. But it was really ugly when we did that transfer from V2 to Racing Rivals. Yeah.
So my point is, you were very lucky. You had a few things, you know, you knew people you had to hook up, but 99% of the people didn't. And that's where kind of this whole thing with Racing Rivals 7.0 comes into play. I got to say, I mean, people don't realize the game didn't have a future as it was. It was sinking. It was sinking fast, you know, and a decision had to have been made. You know what? Either we're going to just pull the plug, it's done, and we start a new game, or we kind of revamp the whole thing completely, like make some serious changes. There's some bleeding going on. We know, like with the inflation, the cars, the garage, everything, there's a lot of bleeding going on, and they had to just amputate part of the game, stop the bleeding, and save it. It's a big hit. We're all taking a big hit in a sense, but it's necessary. It had to have been done to save the game. And, you know, the fact that we do get a legacy garage is more than anybody ever got from the previous games transferring over to Racing Rivals and such. So I think we're very lucky.
At the end of V2, and I don't fully blame Dave, although I do fully blame Dave. Basically, where we were was, and you know, a lot of people always say, we want to use car lot, blah, blah, blah. on Little V2, if you posted a car for sale on the car lot, Dave, and I'm not sure if Dave was the originator of the part ID stealer, but I know he had a hand in it, but they could see the IDs for all of the parts on your vehicle. So, like, let's say, and it's a little different because on V2, tournament wheels could be installed and removed and installed on the same vehicle. So if you had an R34 and I had an R34, if you sold me your wheels, I could put them on my car. So what was happening was when you would get the ID of, let's say, a tournament wheel, which was a special wheel that was lightweight, you could actually steal these wheels and they would transfer it to your garage using Dave's program. So I would be racing and I would be in the middle of a race. I'm shifting to third gear, shifting to fourth gear, and all of a sudden I would have an error. And I'd be like, what the hell was that? Well, when you go back to your garage, your wheels would be missing.
So right in the middle of a race, your wheels.
Bro. And I mean, dude, and they could do with anything, like special NOS bottles, lightweight body kits. I mean, you name it, bro. You'd be racing and you'd be hauling ass, and all of a sudden, boom, your shit would just shut down, and you knew instantly. You were like, Dave, you son of a gun, I hate you. But, you know, like I said, it was better though that Dave found it, because Dave found it and Dave told them, like, look, this is what's here. If y'all don't fix it, like, it's gonna kill the game.
Right.
And sure, it really did kill the game. And that's why when I see people that are like, yo, we want to race, you know, use car lot, blah blah, I'm like, no, y'all don't.
Right.
No, y'all don't. Like,
see, I've been bringing that up. People have asked me. They go, "Oh, we need a car lot, Pigpen. What do you think? A car lot, a way to try an auction house or something?" And I've heard those stories. Like I said, I never played any of those games, but I've heard the stories. And other than the fact that I think it really kind of kills the spirit of racing and pinks, and if you want a car, go get it. Now, I know we do buy and sell on the black market. You know, I understand that. But as far as a huge auction house or, you know, some sort of used car lot, I think it really would turn the game from a racing game to a trading game, you know. And but anyways, I've heard the stories about, just like what you're saying, middle of a race and error, and you go to your garage and your wheels are missing, or your NOS bottle or something, man. I've heard those stories and it just kills me. God, that's something I don't I mean, as funny as it is listening, it's not something I would want to experience firsthand, for sure.
And these people, you know, they don't realize that the guys that made Little V2 were the same guys that made Racing Rivals. So, you know, I'm sure Dave could tell you, but I doubt there's very much difference in the code.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta understand, like, when accounts were getting stolen, I mean, you know, it was so simple how they were doing it that it was almost like mind-numbing. Like, dude, like, come on, like, how did y'all not think about this beforehand? You know what I mean?
Right.
I think sometimes people give CIE more credit. Like, I loved the guys that worked there.
Yeah.
They were awesome people, but they didn't have any leadership. And that's why whenever Blue took over, the first set of people that were gone were the managers. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I love them to death, but there was a massive lack of leadership, and you knew based off of how things went, and yet it kind of just, you know, it dragged out and dragged out.
Wow. So real quick here, I'm gonna just do a quick little shout out, man. Chad's here, Mr. D-Lee, Kid Hardy, Andrew Winston, of course, TechX. We know TechX. This is a good friend of ours, Dave, who actually is a big part of what we're talking about right now. Some of the backstory, which is great. Donna Smith, Alex Cruz. I saw Crystal in here, but I don't see her commenting. But I thought I saw Crystal's here, so we got some. Yeah, so I just want to kind of do a quick little shout out. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. I mean, it's late here. It's 12:30 Eastern time. You're Central time, so it's a little earlier, but it's still pretty late. 11:30 here. And it's always good to have everybody just hanging out and talking. We're going to talk a little bit of, like, right now we're talking the background on the games, you know, where the game came from, a little bit of its history and foundation, and how that kind of pertains to the current time right now, what's going on with racing rivals and, legacy garages and what could have happened that didn't, which, cross our fingers, we got lucky. And a lot of people don't realize that. So I just wanted to kind of fill people in on that. And it was kind of crazy because, I wasn't even really planning on this as being a topic. And then all of a sudden, me and Brian were like, yeah, let's live stream. Let's live stream tonight. And then we started talking, and I just wanted to see how, explain how Brian got into all this. And the topic, man, how relevant it is just crazy, And, but yeah, we got some people from Fort Worth, Texas, Atlanta, a lot of people.
Hey, Joe, you mind if I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, my boy Dave, which is TechX, he's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Dave gets a bad rap a lot of the time because he finds so many different bugs and cheats and hacks and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
The first thing that Dave does when he finds a new hack or cheat is he messages me. He's like, bro, I just found a hack to go 1,000,000 miles an hour. Here, turn it in. And Dave is the best person to find a hack out of anybody in the entire world.
So
now, a lot of people, they ask me, like, hey, how do you see all the cars? That APK that I use is made by Dave. Like, shout out to Dave. Anytime there's an update to the game, like, literally a day later, Dave is messaging me, like, here, bro, I got your APK made.
Yeah.
And he sells the APK on his website. Like, any of you guys, I don't condone cheating or anything like that, but Dave's APK, there's not actually cheating. It's more like, it's like if you're watching a movie and you cover one eye. Imagine covering one eye is playing the normal APK. When you take off your other eye and you see with both eyes, that is what Dave's APK does. The data's already there. He just allowed the game to project it to where you can see the data that's already there. And Dave's APK is super easy to use. I just appreciate them because I know, especially now with a child in his life, like, I know it's not easy to find the time to get on there and to make me the Sesco APK like he does, but it's very much appreciated. And all my previews that I do and all the stuff like that, the crate previews and stuff like that, it's all Dave.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Dave, for everything that you do, and also thank you for all the cheats that you've helped stop over the years, because he does not get the appreciation that he deserves.
No, and I don't know. Actually, I want to bring up something, and I don't know if it's true. Like, I wish Dave could join us tonight. Like I said, it's just not possible for him to. He's busy. He's got stuff going on. He is cool enough, and he's here hanging out in the chat, talking in the live chat. But to have him here, I wish I could talk, because there was a story I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but like back in the day. Dave was going through. He's a very smart guy. Goes through and knows the programming and the code, and just goes through it, seeing what's there, how it runs, where the weak spots are. And from the story, from what I heard was that he found some weaknesses. And like you said, the first thing he did was like, here, turn these in. Like, here, show these guys. And from my understanding, is they almost kind of dismissed him and blew him off. Like, here's some guy. Here's some guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. We're the smart ones. We did all this. We did this, and they kind of just dismissed him and was like, if you're not part of the crew, you're not smart enough, and they just really kind of just pushed him off to the.
It's not so much like. It's an ego thing. Like, these guys that make these games, like, credit to them, because it's not easy. I know it's not. But these guys, they spend months and years creating this code. And, especially like on Nitto, where Nitto was basically created by one guy. And, everybody else just kind of did whatever he needed, supported him on whatever he needed. Yeah. It was basically one dude and one dude's, modified code. He did not want to hear anybody anything negative to say, and it wasn't just Dave. It was just, it could have been like Gandhi could have gone in and said, I found the cheat, and it would have been like, screw you.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Dave actually hey, look, I can take shit off a car. And then I was like, oh, okay,
They,
so we have a problem.
right, that's when they took them serious. When it's instead of that's the problem with things. Is a lot of times like there's a lot of people that may not be aren't really technically involved. They're not they're not with the companies or this and that. Not just racing rivals, but in the video game or the software industry altogether as a whole. There's always, and I think this is a great thing. Is there's always people trying to take it. Somebody can build it, somebody else can take it apart. And my dad taught me that at a young age. If someone can build it, somebody else can take it apart. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it can be a very good thing. It improves. That's always like a continuous improvement. And unfortunately, it does come down to ego a lot of times. Like, hey, check it out, man. I found this problem. And they go, who's this? Who's this guy telling us our business? And it's such a sad thing when that happens because, like you said, there's a lot of things that have been exploited over the years that maybe if somebody just listened and had an open mind about things, it could have changed. But not just. I
tell you what, Daniel's doing a great job now. But when Rich was there, credit to Rich because Rich was basically the pipeline that would deliver the information. Like if Dave came to me and said, yo, Brian, I found this, I would instantly say, Rich, Dave found this. And instead of it getting blown off, Rich would go and fight until they listened.
Yep.
And, I know there was a lot of times where Rich would, they would basically tell Rich exactly what they told Dave. Like, no, that can't be, this won't work. But Rich would, no, I've seen it. This is what it's doing. Y'all need to address this. And he would actually, go over and beyond to make sure whatever Dave found would get addressed and looked at. So
yeah,
it's and like I said, Daniel's doing a great job with that now too. I know he's hitting it hard, trying to stop the farming and the cheating.
Well, here's a true story, and I don't want to go into too many details, but I know somebody who found something in the game just within a week, and it was something big, and I was like, well, I heard about it, and I was ready. As soon as I heard about it, I go, well, hey, I mean, we know a few people in the pipelines. We know how to get a hold of people and let them know of these problems. And basically, it was, I don't want to go into too many details here, but it was a huge exploit. It could have just been, no, let's not tell anybody. Let's keep this as a secret, because it was pretty big. And this was obviously before.
You can say it, Joe. You can say it.
Well, I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, well.
You can text me later, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was something pretty big. Well, anyways, long story short, the dude could have kept it to himself, and but not me, but another guy I know was like, hey, I'm gonna contact Daniel and let him know, and within minutes of Daniel's, he's a busy guy, and I'm sure he gets tons of messages, tons of notifications, tagged up the wazoo on every Facebook group. So he's busy, and with everything that's going on with 7.0, I'm sure he's got a huge bit on a huge bit of work on his plate. Anyways, he calls him, he Facebooks him, he tells him, he says, hey, da da da, and within very short amount of time, it was fixed. So they do listen, they do go through their messages, and it's getting a hold of them. And when there's a problem, they do respond appropriately, which is nice. And they found out a few people were exploiting this.
Can you imagine Daniel's Facebook, Doug?
No, I mean,
like, bro, I used to complain, whenever we had the auction house up and running, and whenever the groups were really kicking, I used to get mad when I would get on and I'd have 300 notifications and 40 messages.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Daniel, though?
Oh my gosh, no. I mean, things have actually calmed. Since last Wednesday. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, things have been getting crazy again. They toned down for a while, but there was a point. Seriously, I couldn't keep up. I would log on to my Facebook in the morning, and just overnight, a few hours when I was off, I'd wake up. I'd have 47 notifications. I still I cleaned out my friend requests way back in the day. It fills up at 1,000. And I was like, well, I don't know anybody. I don't know people. And I'm not just going to add them to my personal Facebook account. If it was just like a Racing Rivals Facebook account, sure, I would have added them, no problem. But it was actually my personal Facebook account. So it filled up quickly at 1,000. I was like, crap, man, I can't even get requests anymore. So I deleted it all and it filled up again. I deleted that, it filled up again, and at that point, I'm like, I can't keep doing this, man. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have people in real life that maybe try to get a hold of me, but they're not going to be able to send me a friend request because it's filled. And, like, my notifications, 47 notifications in the morning, messages, like 20 messages, and I feel bad because, like, I know a lot of people that I'm friends with, good friends, in the game, and I can't get to them. I'm like, hey, I read that. Maybe lunchtime I'll get a chance to respond to about 5 or 6 people. It's tough, man. But Daniel,
like I go through my the messages of people that aren't your friends. And I feel bad, dog. Like I feel bad because there's days where I go through there and there's 20 messages. And they're asking about people and asking about deals or prices, and I'm like, dude, like I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Like I feel like honestly like. And there was a time where I'm not going to lie, like I kind of did not care and I gave up and I said, dude, you know what, too much. And I stopped responding. And then I had this 11-year-old kid message me and he was just like, man, I'm sorry, I waited for you, I got scammed. I think I'm just going to quit the game. And I read his message and it was kind of long, there was a lot more to it. And I felt horrible. Like I really, really felt horrible that I didn't respond to him. He was just asking me if a guy that was a friend with me was legit. Yeah. And since I didn't respond, he trusted the guy because we were friends and he scammed him. Oh, man. And I was just like, dude, so I ended up hooking the kid up with like 10 million, a shitload of cars. But, from that point on, I was like, man, I got to try. So now, at least once a week, I go through all my messages and I try to respond as best as I can. And, it's hard, man. It really is. But I got 3 kids, a full-time job. I got the websites. And see, I support other games other than Racing Rivals. And thank God that I have admin teams and all those other pages. So, like, shout out to Levi. I know me and Levi, we had issues. But, man, Levi's running a CSR2 page that I created. And it's at, like, 13,000 people. And he runs it like a champ, man. Wow. Just having good people around you makes it so much easier, but it's still very difficult. Like, I don't know how you do it, but... I don't either, man. I feel bad because, like, the same thing. I miss so many messages. Just now I was looking at my phone and going to Facebook, just kind of curious, and I have my messages, like friends and stuff that can message me, but then what do they call this? Message request. And, I mean... Yeah. You guys can't see, but I mean, I could just scroll for days, and just see people who've sent me messages that I'm not friends with, and I don't see them until, I mean, look at this. I could go through. This one was sent, this isn't even that far back. It doesn't have a date, but January 21st. So we're looking at not quite a month ago, a few weeks back, and that was 30 deep. So... I feel bad. There's a lot of people, and there's probably a lot of cool people that legitimately, like, had some really, question. Like you said, is this guy legit? Or, hey, how can I do this? Or, hey, buddy, I got this car. I wouldn't mind letting you borrow for a perfect launch tutorial. And it's just tough. I don't know. Like, I'm sitting there, I get home. Oh, my gosh, dude. So today... Like, I get home and my wife, I'm just like, I finally sit down and she wants to spend time with me and I want to spend time with her. So I get on my phone and for 20 minutes, I'm just zoned in, like, responding to everybody. And she's like, yo, you going to, like, say hello to me? And I'm like, oh, sorry. Hey, how you doing? Like, how's your day? Like, seriously, like, I woke up, busy day. I woke up, we went to a birthday party. My niece turned 14 today. So we went to her birthday party, came back to the house, and I was like, all right, you know what? A buddy of mine calls me up. He's like, we usually get together once a week, once every other week on Friday or Saturday for beer. So he's like, hey, you want to meet up for a beer? I'm like, sure. So I had to go get gas. My gas gauge was just above E. It was very low, but it was above E. And I know it can go below, so I hop in my Jeep, and it won't fire up. It just won't start up. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, so I'm sitting there, and it just keeps, trying to turn over, going, and then it after 10 seconds of trying to start, it cuts out, and it dies. I'm like, crap.
So I call my buddy up. I'm like, hey, because I'm thinking, well, maybe I've never ran out of gas before, but I'm thinking, well, maybe this was what happens when you run out of gas. Maybe a fuel pump's dead. So I call him up and I kind of explain it to him and let him hear it. And he's like, I'll be over. So anyways, he popped in the code. Turns out my, camshaft position sensor shit the bed. So we go around town looking for one. I found one for $80. Go to another place, $40. I'll buy it. I'll take it. So we go back, change it, put it in, and it fires up and go out. And I'm like, all right. So he hangs out. We go home. I go out, get some food, get some drinks, come back home, and my wife. That's what I'm like. I'm finally in all my friends. Everybody's sending me text messages, what's going on, because I had some other stuff going on recently. I had people wanting to check up, see if everything's all right with me, personal stuff. You want to see if everything's all right? I go, yeah, and I'm just texting back. Meanwhile, man, my wife's sitting there, just, hey, hello, you. She wants attention. I'm like, oh man, I feel bad, and that sometimes the game takes up a lot of time, and it's tough, man. No, it wasn't the crankshaft sensor, man. It was the camshaft sensor on my Jeep.
That's great.
So, but anyways, I don't know how I do it. I just manage. Somehow day to day, I just keep coming back for more. It's the way it is.
It's hard to and honestly, that's one of the reasons why I started live streaming so much, was because it took so long to record the content and then to produce the videos and then to upload them and to share them everywhere. Like, it got to where it was easier for me just to get on Dave's APK, hop on YouTube Live, and to show whatever it was that I needed to show right then and there. Because, like, to be honest with you, the only time that I really have for racing rivals is like in the middle of the night, and then even then, like, if I stay up too late, then I'm slugging in the morning, and I work 6 days a week. Like I said, I got 3 kids, 2 of them are in baseball, and like, it's a lot, man. And to find time for racing rivals, and that's another reason why a while back I tried my best to get somebody else to do my videos for me. And I honestly thought, and this is just the God honest truth, I thought, these guys don't want to see me, my ugly, bearded, butt on YouTube.
I saw that girl you had.
Yeah, I had her produce 2 videos for me. And the first video, I'm not going to lie to you, bro, I had to have gotten like 30 negative reviews from people that are like, dude, why is there a chick on here? Like, where are you at? I was like, dude, really? Like,
really? I would have thought it would have been the opposite. People would have been like, yo, who's this little hottie here?
I was so excited about it, and she was like, wow, there's a couple of negative reviews, and I didn't even tell her about the other ones that I got personally. I'm like, dude, this is horrible. Like, she did 2 of them for me, and I posted one of them. I had the other one. I never even posted it. The other one was her actually playing the game. She was racing. She actually enjoyed the game. She still gets on from time to time, but she never really got into it. Oh,
that's a shame, man. I really like that. She did like the one I saw, she did like a review and she's talking. I was like, damn. I was like, Brian's stepping it up. This is real. I like this, man. I thought it was awesome, and I was kind of surprised. Like, I never saw another one, and I was just like, man, I'll tune in. I like watching little hotties play video games. Crap, man.
Dude, like, no lie. I reached out to 4 different girls that I know, and I was like, look, this is what I want to do. I really wanted to do and I'm still going to try my best to get it done, but instead of me being on the videos, I want to do it to where, and that's why I changed the name of the YouTube page from BG Sesco to Video Games Underground, because I want to have it to where I have different people, and pretty girls are the ones that I'm trying to do the most, because I thought that would help, but I mean, but I just wanted to have them doing the reviews, them doing the content, stuff like that. So here in the near future, we're going to try again. I have one girl that really is she is just a video game nerd. Yeah. She's a redhead, so I figured that would be a win-win. But most guys like redheads.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't? I mean, redheads have no souls, but damn, we love them. Now, Dave mentioned here just a little bit ago, and like he made a comment, booby Twitch streamers, man. And I'll tell you, I wanted to make a video. It's okay. I totally wanted to make a video once, and I told my wife, and I know if I was trying to find someone who would do it. But okay, I wanted to do a video that was like, this was way back when because I stopped doing. Okay, I stopped doing the perfect launch tutorials for a while. I haven't done one just because, like Brian said, it takes so much time. Like, it took me hours sometimes just to record it. Then I'd get home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I did this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'd put up videos. I would get home at 2 o'clock. Well, I get out of work at 2. By 2:17, I was walking in my front door. I'd go immediately upstairs, or I'd maybe go to the bathroom, take a dump, go upstairs, and I'd start editing this video, and it would take me from 2:30 to about sometimes after dinner 6 o'clock or so just to put out these videos, and that was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I was like, dude, I just don't have the time. So that's kind of why I started doing the live streaming too, because it's just so easy. I go, hey, Brian's like, hey, you want to go live stream, talk about this? I go, yeah, give me about 10 minutes. I'll make up a thumbnail, we'll slap it on, and we'll go and we'll talk. So but back to my original point,
you have to hit 10 minutes for your YouTube video to get the most possible revenue. I'm sure you know that. But to sit there and to try to make a video 10 minutes, bro, it's horrible.
It is.
I swear to you, if I live stream, I can have 40 people or 5 people, and I can live stream with just a handful of people for like 4 hours.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like, to make my perfect launch tutorial videos, they were 3 minutes long. And I'm like, it needs to be 10 minutes long. Like, I made no money at all from it. People think, yeah, I made some money. Don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you, the money I made, guess where it went? Right back to the game. Like, that's how it was, you know? So to make a 10-minute long perfect launch tutorial just didn't work. And then live streaming came out, and I go, oh my gosh. This is where it's at. Like, there's no editing. I'm ready to go the instant. Like, if something happens in game and there's like a new crate that's released, like today, boom, hey, I can live stream. Or, hey, Joe, what you doing? You want to live stream? I'll be on in 5. Like, and then when we're done, I hit this button right here, and it's as quick as that. Done. I walk away. I go upstairs. I go to bed. I wake up in the morning. The video's still there. It's uploaded. You know, it's great. But so I really wanted to do a video. Back to Dave's message that said booby Twitch streamer. So I wanted to make a video. This is back when I was doing my perfect launch tutorials, and I thought it would be the greatest freaking. I wanted to go. There's a local shop in town that makes shirts. I wanted to make up a Pigpen shirt, like a girl shirt that's like a half shirt, you know, just barely covering the, you know, the tatas, you know, nice. So I wanted to find a chick with some big juggies and have her put the shirt on, and she'd have my the iPad right there, and then I'd have my camera recording and go, hey guys, like, just wanted to show you my perfect launch tutorials really work. Like these, I just wanted to kind of show you, you know, here it is, and like, here's my friend so-and-so. And say hi to, well, pick a name. What's a name? Pick a girl's name there, Brian. I don't know.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Hey, here's Jasmine. And I'd show her, Jasmine, say hello. She'd go, hey, guys, you know, in a girly voice and all this. And I'd say, all right, so you've never played Racing Rivals, right? And she, no, I never played it. And I'd say, all right, well, basically, this is what my perfect launch tutorial. This is what you do. You want to hold this button, and you see this little, the tachometer, yeah, here's the lights. You want to drop on 3, and, you know, this is it. And just do it exactly like my perfect launch tutorials video. You go, guys, this is the proof. This is proof that it works. All right, you ready, Jasmine? Let's try it. And she's, here we go, ding, 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 and have her foul out. And I go, you won! You freaking won! And she would just start jumping up and down with her just juggies, just bouncing. See, guys? And I was like, I guarantee that video gets like 1 million views just because of the jugs bouncing up and down. But I couldn't find someone.
Funny story though. When I had that video, when I had her make that video, I didn't tell my girl anything. And it was funny because, you know, I uploaded it, whatever. We're sitting at dinner, and I hear her phone go bing, you know, like up, you know, like notification.
Yeah.
And then I saw her grab her phone, and she, you know, I was eating my dinner. I didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden, I hear that girl's voice, and I was like, oh, fuck. She's watching it, like, she watches it there at the dinner table, and then she phone down, and she's like, "Who's that?" I was like, it's not what it looked like.
No.
Just a friend, and she's like,
Yeah.
But it was funny because she got, I don't want to say she was mad, but she was like questionable about the whole thing. And then when she saw the negative comments from my friends that were getting sent to me, she started laughing. She was like, "Oh, I guess it's okay then." And I was like, "Yeah, it's okay because they all hated it."
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it one of these days just as a joke to throw it up there. I was gonna put put up an ad on Craigslist. I'm sure there's a ton of strip clubs around the area. I could have found somebody who wouldn't have minded to do it, or maybe just any, I don't know, anybody really. But I thought maybe I will do it one of these days. But I thought that would have been freaking hilarious. Guys, hey, I just want to show you how my perfect launch tutorials, they really work. People really learn to race, and it's ding ding ding, foul out. You won. Oh my gosh! And just like 3 minutes of her jumping up and down screaming. But
you mentioned the crates.
Mm-hmm.
I know you hadn't really had a chance to look at the ones that were put in there today, but what did you think of those the red crates?
Which ones? They were just today?
The color. I don't know if did you see the color, the customization red crates?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't had a chance to. I'm firing it up on my phone right now. I haven't had a chance.
There's a customization crate that they added. That is nothing but any kind of customization that has red. And they actually released 2 wheels that had been in the game that were never ever put into the game.
Really?
Put for purchase, and they're beautiful wheels.
Huh.
One of them was a WWE wheel that was supposed to be on the Hulk Hogan GTR, but it was never released. It's a gold wheel with red spokes, and then the other one, I forget what it is, but it's like a red with gold, but it's like a T37 or something like that. I mean, they're beautiful wheels, but it's golly, and you know what's crazy is that they actually upped it, so I think it's like 600 gems and you get 15 crates.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm going to log on. My phone's a little slow here. I'm in the basement, but there we go.
Most of the people that have been opening them, they're getting a ton of paints, and the rims are kind of hard to come by. I know James was showing me some of the stuff he pulled, and he was tickled pink with the rims that are dropping in there. Because I mean, dude, these rims are really, really nice. It just it sucks to drop. And I posted a video where I was a little upset at these crates being released because it's, and I voiced my concern with everything from the Fast and Furious, anything that's been dropped since the beginning of the year. I kind of feel like I called them Indian giver crates because they're giving them to us, but at the same time they're giving them to us as they're taking them away.
Kind of, yeah. Wow, there's a ton of wheels in this thing.
I'm telling you, bro, and they're nice, man. Like, the pictures don't do them justice. Because
right.
You see them at the picture, and you're like, oh, that looks all right.
Oh.
But man, when you get them on a car, bro, oh,
okay,
man.
So I like that pink, too. Let's see, the first one, it's the first paint. Let's see if we can go back. It's just, wow. Well, a lot of these wheels I do. There are a lot of these are familiar. I've seen them from like the WW. Actually, I still have a lot of these in some of my accounts. So the pink fusion metallic is nice. So this red metallic. There's a red velvet. Jeez, oh my gosh, what? There's a. Oh my gosh.
The headlights, the underlights.
Oh, there are red. Son of a bitch.
Those crates are stacked. Like, I wish they would have done these crates, last year.
Oh my gosh.
Customization crates are freaking awesome. I remember whenever they did the very first ones and everybody went wild with them because they're awesome, bro. It's a really great idea.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if I could, I don't want to mess. I'm on my iPad now. I don't want to mess with that, but I was hoping I could live stream and open up some of these crates because I really want a red set of headlights. I want to put those red lights on my Pagani, the QR.
It's funny, one of my good friends, a different James Beltrando, the Royal Purple Champion, he like maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And he got like $8 for each set of them. And he messaged me tonight in one of our group chats, and he was like, hey, how much are the red headlight for? I pulled like 6 of them from these crates.
Oh.
And everybody was like, oh, a quarter, 50 cents. I was like, God damn.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah, the value, dude. And values, nothing has value right now. I mean,
right, well...
With the exception of certain things. I mean, if you have a max, there's people that are still paying $10 for the rocket bunnies, $12 for the rocket bunnies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the majority of stuff, unless it's a necessity, has nosedived in value.
Yeah.
Granted, you're still going to be able to trade these later on, but right now,
right.
it's more. You really don't need to have a ton of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, not to mention, like you said, it all comes down to supply and demand. And right now, there's a lot of people freaking out. And a lot of people, a lot of them are legit. People are quitting. Others say they're quitting. But either way, it makes the market, it makes it pretty unstable. And with a lot of these people who are deciding, even people who aren't quitting but are just downsizing their garage, there's a lot on the market right now, and it's driving the price down because the supply is so high right now, and the demand is relatively low, and that's why a lot of these cars going for dirt cheap. Like you said, there are a few that are holding their value right now, but those are isolated little bubbles, and it could change at any point in time, just depending on what happens. I don't know. Maybe, like you say, the Rocket Bunny, which is has to be one of my favorite cars in the game. Looks alone, it's just a nice car. I want one. I'm thinking about trying to find one because I have one. It's a wrapped one. I think it's a top. I forget it's either a top 5 or top 25. I can't remember. But it's wrapped, and it's a nice car. Don't get me wrong, but I really like cars that could be painted and customized, and it's got the wheels I can't change. It's got the wrap that I can't change, and if the game's gonna be, the garage are gonna be locked soon, so I want to see if I can find one and put some. I want to put some of that ice. I want to see how it looks first, but I think I want to put that ice. What do they call it? Ice paint? The silver. Basically, it looks like it's.
Yeah.
I want to put that on there. And I have some red underglow. I don't know if there's red underglow in these new crates. I didn't get all the way through all the items. There was a ton of. Yeah, so it's back. So, but I do have some.
I'd always ask them if they could make it to where the first place, the top 5. I always thought those cars should have unlocked wheels. Like there was a couple of them that they messed up on, like the RX-8, RX-8 that came out a while back. They messed up on the wheels, so whenever they fixed them, the first place ones had the top 5, the first place, and then the replacement first place. So it had 3 wheels, but it was also unlocked. So you could put whatever you could hook it up with whichever rims you wanted. Right,
well, depending on what you wanted, absolutely.
Because a lot of people, like you said, they don't want a car that has. Dude, like honestly, like I had a whole bunch of first place cars. I couldn't sell those damn things if my life depended on it.
Right, people want to customize their car, which is what I mean. I don't know if it would work out all that well, but I always thought like the top. Car, like you said, somehow the top car should be customizable as well or something, just because there's so many cool combinations of wheels and, paints and all the accessories that could go onto a first place car just to make it look really sick. Surreal, yeah, just a little late there, buddy. But I appreciate you hanging out. We're just hanging out. I'm hanging out with Brian, talking all kinds of stuff right now. Just chatting about top place cars and the new crates and customizing it and all that good stuff. I would love to see a way that top cars could be customized. Maybe you could have the option of taking the wrap on and off. I don't know. I know I'm just throwing out ideas, but just the fact that, a lot of these cars look so freaking nice with wheels and paint on them, and that just make it your own. When it's a top 5 or a top 25, they all look the same.
I would really bad whenever, because I raced with DK for a while. I've raced with them multiple times now, but I used to feel really bad when I would see the effort that these guys would put in to winning first place, and yet they couldn't sell their car for $30.
No.
And it was one of those things where it was like, golly, like, why do we even do this? And like, well, the perks. And I'm like, dude, the perks, they help, but they're not that amazing. Like,
No.
They basically help you prepare. They help you prepare for the following week to just do it all over again.
Right.
And it's just, it got, and you know, that's why we said this whole process is not sustainable. Like, and that's why, you know, I have a lot of respect for those guys, because week in and week out, they took a loss to win first place.
Mm-hmm.
And not only the effort that they put in, but also the time, the money. Like, it's crazy racing for first place, or even for the guys who finish in the top 5. Like, even that has to be something that you take, because top 5 vehicles are, to be 100% honest with you, top 5 usually sells for less than a top 100.
Yep, no doubt. And, you know, and as the recent months have been going by, the recent, you know, top cars are selling for less and less, just because there's less of a market. You know, the game slowly, and this is why 7.0 is, why all these things are happening to 7.0, is because the game has been slowly losing steam over the last months and years. And, you know, I've seen it. A lot of people, there's a lot of empty spots on top teams. People are double, triple, quadruple claiming. And instead of selling a car for $10, $15 like they used to, now they have 4 or 5, and there's less people selling them, or I'm sorry, there's less people buying them. And like I said, supply and demand, the price is going down and down. And so to kind of combat that, you know, that's when they cut it down to top 75. Only top 75 getting cars, just to kind of cut out the supply a little bit, drive the cost, the value up, give that, you know, give that perception to people that it's you know, that the value's there, it's worth doing, and it's fun. I don't care what the value is. I don't care if the car was worth 3 pennies. I don't care if it's worth $3,000. I play just because I enjoy playing, you know. And I know that's not always the case. There's people out there that, you know, they sell the cars, they want to make some money so they can continue racing. Me personally, I just like to race. I like to play, and if it costs me money to play each week, so be it. I'm a collector. I have a hard time letting go of some of these cars. I'm just right now going through my accounts now, today, earlier this morning, transferring cars over, trying to get my garages ready, and I'm seeing cars going through, like, I'm trying to actually click on each and every car just to see, oh, does this, like, yeah, it's a Scion TC, but I know I have some with, like, Copa wheels, and I have them with first place wheels that I've thrown on. I think I have a Scion TC with a set of yellow jackets somewhere, and I got to find it. I just want to get some of these cool cars onto my Ghost Pepper account, and then all the other cars, the other accounts, you know, will just be for racing, and Ghost Pepper will kind of be that, you know, that that showcase account there, the museum account or whatever. So
a lot of people asking me what they should build, you know, going into 7.0. And I guess it kind of depends on what you're going to be doing on 7.0.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, you're going to move some of your cooler cars around. But one of the things that I think is kind of being overlooked is the fact that, you know, they're going to have these events, and we don't know yet what the events are going to be, but I'm sure they're going to be something like, you know, the Racer Showdown, where it's going to be a day-long event, and, you know, it's going to be for either specific cars or, you know, B-Class, A-Class, D-Class, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So right now, honestly, the one thing that I think would be smart to do is to go and look at what are people's favorite cars to race right now that compete in multiple classes or multiple tournaments, because a smart thing to do would be to build, like, you know, let's say they do an all-wheel drive, and it's, what is the Evo, B-Class?
B-Class, yep.
Okay, so if you have, you know, let's say there's people that didn't build an Evo, and you happen to have 30 of them, then you can go and trade your legacy Evo for maybe stuff on 7.0. Like, hey, I'll trade you these legacy cars if you give me some stuff on 7.0. Like, it's going to be a whole new supply and demand. You know what I mean? Like, especially cars that people don't use very often. I mean, can you imagine if they have a BTR, Velastar, whatever it is, tournament?
Yeah.
How many people have max horsepower BTR? You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you happen to be that guy that has 10 of them, I mean, you could trade those away and keep your one, and you could walk away looking like a champ. So, you know, it's very, very hard right now, because I know a lot of people are upset, and a lot of people are looking down and saying, you know, oh, we're screwed. But I hope that there's some people that are preparing for this with the right mindset, because this is going to be a whole new economy that we're going to be walking into here shortly. And if you're not prepared for it, I mean, you're going to be hurting to buy these cars.
Right. And the other thing is, I know, I hate to bring it up, but I know there's people that are kind of thinking, hey, down the road, down 2-3 years, when people start, new players are playing, and they're like, I want that car. Well, they can't have that legacy car because they don't have a legacy garage. And I know there's people out there that are just starting up Game Center accounts left and right, putting just a few cars on there, like, you know, and saving them, and that way they can sell that account later on, and it's got a few cars on there, and then, hey, I want a legacy garage. Well, here's one, here's an account, I'll sell you this account, and it's got a few cars on there, and then you could pink over and get a few legacy cars and start a game, and you can transfer your cars over there from 7.0 and be like the rest of us. So they're kind of preparing in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's crazy. You know, like I said before, I cover multiple games, and this is gonna sound stupid, but whenever the Kim Kardashian game first came out,
yeah,
you know, I got to beta test the game before it came out, because they were beta testing it through Blue. And I got on there, and I had to have made probably 100 accounts, and I loaded all of them with these things. They're called K-Stars.
Yeah.
And, you know, load of money too. Well, as the game developed, I saw that this game was taking off like crazy. And there's a whole bunch of Facebook groups dedicated to this game. And I went on there, and I saw these females that were just like, you know, oh, the K-Stars are too expensive. I'm hurting over here. I'm spending $300 a week. Blah, blah. And dude, started selling these accounts for $100 each.
Wow.
And I'm not lying. Well, I had made a ton of them, and I was selling them all for $100 a pop. And dude, they were selling like there was no tomorrow.
Wow.
And it was just, you know, you have to prep for this stuff. Like when that ASSR, when it first came out, the game was riddled with cheats. And I made a ton of accounts.
You got the McLarens, huh? Or the P1s.
Yes, exactly. And when the game started really taking off, I had a ton of accounts, and I started selling them. You know, I was selling to friends $20 each, and then they'd say, hey, I got a friend. Okay, tell them $30, $40. And I mean, you know, this is one of the things where if you prepare now, and if you're smart about it, and you know what you're looking at and what you're doing, I mean, you guys know which cars are popular. You know which cars are easy to run. You know which cars dominate events. And if not, I mean, we have, you know, Daniel a while back, he made me these charts, and they show which vehicles are the top vehicles for each class, which vehicles are the vehicles for each rating. I mean, we can post those, and, you know, they'll help people. But for the most part, people that are racing right now, they know what they need. But I know a lot of people are negative, and you're mad right now, but don't be that guy that lets his anger get in the way of prepping properly for this update that's coming. Right. Because if you prep properly, and I always say this because when we went from V1 to V2 at middle, we were prepared to hit the ground running, and that's exactly what we did. Yep. If you hit the ground running, this could be the catalyst for the next year, the next 2 years, the next 3 years, however long this is going to go on for. Yeah. You could set yourself up and be king dingling for the next 2 to 3 years if you do it properly. Right.
You get a good start. If you start with a head start, you're starting off faster than everybody else. You're running, hit the ground running, and everybody else is kind of just going, hey, this sucks. I lost my garage. They stole my cars. And you're sitting on your ass. Well, so-and-so who prepared is already halfway down the track. They got more cars than you. They're already got the head start. They got things that you haven't. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, crap, man. I really want to play this game again. I like this game. Holy crap. I thought the worst, and this is actually much better than what we had. And by the time you realize that, you're behind. You're behind the 8 ball. It's gone, you know, and to catch up to the game.
I know a lot of people right now are upset with you or upset with me, and they say that we sugarcoat this. Or this, you know, this update could fail. I mean, it could fall flat on its face, and it could suck. And you know what? That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
but it could also be awesome. And right now with the game, the way where it is, you know, the game right now, you can say all you want that it's fine and that it's not messed up, but the truth of the matter is this game cannot sustain the way that it is. It's injecting hundreds of thousands of cars every year through the turf system. I mean, it's killing. This game is killing itself right now.
It is.
And I know Jeff was mentioning about the Indonesians and how buying mills from them hurt the game. And that's the truth. I mean, but the thing is, you know, when you have something like they're selling the mills for $100 for a mill, when you have somebody that can bypass that because of the way that the game is made, and they can sell you something for 50 cents.
Yep.
I mean, bro, there's absolutely no reason why I don't hold fault to anybody that bought mills from Indos. You know, if anything, I hold fault at the people that allowed that process to happen as long as it has.
Right.
What sucks is that these guys have been producing these mills since, you know, day one, and they, you know, originally they were charging us $50. They were charging half price, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, $50 is such a hookup." And then as their teams broke apart due to greed, you know, then they started having some competition and lowering the price, and then you know, those teams would break up, and then they would start selling them, and they'd break up again. It got to where, you know, you have 20 different teams of Indonesians all hurting each other, trying to find somebody to buy all their stuff.
Right.
And, you know, we got to the point to where, you know, we were spoiled, and these guys, they got smart, and they said, hey, you know what, let's pretend, you know, it happened about 6 months ago where they were like, hey, let's pretend like we can't farm no more, and let's raise the price.
I was just going to bring this up.
You know, they tried it, they lied about it, and, you know, there was a lot of people who believed them, and oh my God, the prices of mills are going to go back, glory days, $20 mills, and then there was a lot of us that were like, dude, what the hell? Like, these guys are lying.
Right. Like,
you know,
just a few weeks back. The price of mills were jumping up because there's, oh, we can't farm anymore. We don't have this account, that account's been banned, that's been banned. Sure, yeah, they've been banned up, and they're like, we just don't have, and prices they're going up and up and up because it's so hard, we can't farm anymore. Now all of a sudden, with the new update, they're realizing all this money's gone. So they're just, you know what, even if they can sell 500 mil and get $1, that's still $1 more than they had, and it's, you know, that because that 500 mil, whether they sell it and get $1 or it sits in that account, it's gone. Either way, it's gone. At least get $1. Yeah. And now you see the same people that have lied, that said they didn't have any money, that the money that's so hard to farm, and the prices. Now you're seeing who was telling the truth and who wasn't, because you see the supply they have.
Yeah, what's really crazy though is you have these guys that have been our dealers for so long, and who we all vouch for, and we all swear the most legit people in the world. And the truth of the matter is, and this is the truth, man, and it's funny because, you know, we sit here and, you know, people used to attack people that did APK painting on cars, and they used to call it cheating. And yet these guys have been using a modified version of the game that would hack the campaign, and it would allow them to complete the campaign
without buying anything,
without having to buy a single part.
Yeah,
these guys have been abusing the game, cheating the system, and yet we were all blindly vouching for them. These guys are some of the top sellers in MVP, some of the top sellers in Revamp, and there were some of the top sellers in my groups too. But we blindly supported these guys because we didn't know better.
And meanwhile, they're just raping you left and right, taking the money, you know, taking PayPal money. They're legit. Like, I just saw a post the other day. It was kind of funny. It was somebody, I don't know where in the world, where he was from. Could have been the United States. It could have been, you know, I don't know. It could have been anywhere in the world. But he's going on, his friend's account got banned, and he's legit, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just was like, no, he's not legit. I mean, his account got banned. You know why? We know why.
I don't even question bans anymore.
No.
3 times now, bro. 3 times now, I've had people come to me and like, Sasko, you know I'm legit, bro. I can't believe this happened. They screwed up.
No.
You need to tell them, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? And that 3 times, I did the 3 strike rule. Where twice twice I got burned.
Yeah.
And I went to the admins. I said, look, this is what happened. And they were able to show me, like,
no, he's full of
you guys are trying to fool you.
Yeah.
This past weekend, or the weekend before, a well-known racer got flagged for self-crushing.
Uh-huh.
And somebody that I used to race with, somebody that I had respect for, and, you know, he made a big deal about it. And I said, you know what, hold on. This is the funny thing. Before I even went to bat for this guy,
yeah.
I asked him point blank. I said, hey, man, did you self-crush? Well, somebody else that was in the chat with us, dude, this guy, like, blew up on me. He's a Cesco, you're a piece of crap. I can't believe you would ask him that. He's the most legit person I know. You're such a bomb. Nobody likes you, Cesco. You should never, ever disrespect him by asking him that. You should apologize to him. And I was like, bro, like, you don't understand. Like, this is a step in the process of me going and asking. Like, this is the first thing I asked is straight up, hey, did you do it?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I got attacked for it, Joe. It was the funniest thing. And I said, you know what, okay, that's fine. I was like, what's your account name then? So he told me the account name, and I went and I messaged about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe like an hour and a half went by, and all of a sudden, I'm not going to say who the message was from,
yep.
but I get a message back that was like,
nope.
You know, this... I'm not going to lie, bro. This dude ripped me a new butthole, and he told me, like, you know, I read your message, and I went and I looked because, you know, I respect your viewing of other people, and for you to come to me and say this guy's legit, this guy's somebody you used to race with, blah blah blah. Like I took your word for it, and look, here's the proof. He raced himself. He crushed a bunch of cars. You know, and it was clear as day, bro. Clear as day.
Yep. And the fact of the matter is,
he wasn't. He got banned for a reason, and you know, here I was, like I said. Third time, you know, and I will not, from this day forward, I will not go and I will not ask about anybody's ban ever again.
No.
Because it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing when you go and you stick up for somebody and you say, hey, this guy's golden.
And then they burn you. And the problem, hey, Daniel's here. Yeah, no, exactly what you mean. Like, you know, and the problem is everybody and their brother will say they're legit, and they have their different reasons to lie. One, because, A, they got caught, and they don't want to admit it, and they don't want to have that shame upon them, so they have to put up that front, that facade that said, oh, I'm legit, I don't know why, and then you think, I've heard somebody said a long time ago, the bigger the excuse, the longer the excuse, the bigger the lie. So basically, the more they put up and fight and chances are, the more they're trying to cover up and lie, you know, and it's just like, you know what, these people have been, you know, it's the internet, man. You don't know if you're getting catfished or not, you know. They could say left and right, up and down, that they were legit, they never did this, they never did that. Well, chances are, and I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but chances are, if they got banned, they did something to deserve it. Hands down.
Yeah, and speaking of you know, helping people on the internet, I'll never forget, on Nitto, I had this guy, he was one of the top racers in the game. And on Nitto, I had this team. We were called the 13 Devils, and we were the type of team where every year we would put around August, we would all throw money together, and we would try to find somebody on the game like who needed money for their kids for school supplies, and we would drop like a G to help them. You know what I mean? Like, we were that type of a team where, you know, Christmas time came, we were buying presents for kids at Christmas. We were just a really tight knit team. And this guy, he had never been on the team before. We always wanted to get him on the team. And finally, I don't know what went down, but he wound up coming to the team. And 2 weeks into him being on the team, he comes to me and he's like, hey, I got court. I'm not going to be able to afford it. I'm going to go to jail. Is there any way y'all can help me out, the family? And I was like, because, you know, we were a squad, man. We were a family. And I said, you know what? You just joined, but yeah, we'll help you out. We threw together like $300. We sent it to him. Bro, this dude ended up turning out to be a crackhead, and we never saw that money again. Like, it was embarrassing, bro. Like, for me to have to go back to my guys and to tell them, like, dude, this guy burned all of us. And yet, you know, for years, he had been one of the most respected racers on the game, and he had always treated me like shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy me and him had our issues, and I never once attacked him personally. But man, I couldn't believe that. Like, you never know these people. Like, granted, I've met you in real life, but like, you know, I don't know you. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that's
I know
it.
you, but I don't.
nobody truly knows anybody. I mean, yeah, we met each other, and chances are, we're the upright, outstanding citizen that we appear to be. But the truth of the matter is nobody really knows anybody, and that's where the vouch system is actually flawed in a way. So.
Yeah, and Dave, yes, it was boosted at 3. Hey, one more story real quick.
Sure, I love stories.
On Nitto, we used to have, there was a cheat, and it was called Apocalypse. And on Nitto, you could basically type in your reaction time, type in your ET, type in your mile per hour, and click race, and it would automatically enter your data. And I'll never forget, one night, me and my brother, I had a computer in my room, he had a computer in his room. We were racing each other back and forth, and we used to do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This dude was, he was killing me. And I'll never forget, I sent him a race. I ran to his room, and right when I heard the race get accepted, I kicked his door open. This dude was cheating. My own brother, he was using the Apocalypse against me. I was so pissed off, dude. From that day forward, I never raced my brother again because I didn't trust him. I lived for him, and yet here he was racing me using a modified hack. I was so pissed off.
So there you go. That's your own brother, right there under the same roof, and you didn't know that. So to think that somebody that you've met and talked to in a game that you've never really met, and you're going to go out and vouch for them 100% blindly and go up, and even if they get banned, they swear to God they're legit. I just don't believe it. I mean, 99% of the time you get banned, yes, you did something to deserve it. Don't try to lie. You're not fooling anybody,
And what's crazy is that, I've learned through the years of playing Nitto, there's a line between, like a person as a staff member and a person on the personal life. And there's times where I'll get worked up and I'll forget about that. You know what I mean? And when I message this person, I totally wasn't even paying attention to what day it was, what time it was. I always just, I gotta help this guy. So I messaged this staff member and I told him, hey, this guy's legit, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't until I got the message back, like, this is my family time. I looked into it because I thought, this guy was legit, like you said, and he's a bum. And it reminded me that these guys are real people. Like, they don't, just because it's a big deal to us, doesn't mean that it's something that you should go and tag them 500 times over. Like, if there's a channel that you can go through to relay a message to them, do that. Don't tag them 500 times and blow up their Facebook or harass them through other means. And that's part of the reason why I think Kobe deactivated his Facebook was because he was getting so much crap.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them at all. Like, it's to the point to where, and there's people that understand that, and then there's people that just, they do not see anything except for red, and they're just going to attack, and that's what happens.
Here's a good rule of thumb. If you guys are in live chat, check it out. Rule of thumb: if you wouldn't invite someone into your house and let them rummage through your fridge, don't garage vouch for them.
Dude, I wouldn't garage vouch for my brother. What are you talking about?
Oh man, that's funny. That's Daniel. Daniel's here. That's great. Daniel's here once again, guys.
I saw Daniel did an hour and a half live stream in Drama House the other day.
Yes, I saw that. I woke up this morning and saw it, and
I didn't get to see it all, but just there should be some level of appreciation for that. Like, he didn't get paid for that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I love it. I love how they do it. He's doing that because not that Rich didn't want to, or I mean, hands down, it just didn't happen with CIE or Glue. I think the first time I think they live streamed was when we went out there for the Players Council.
Yeah, when we were racing.
And then it never really happened after that. And it's a really awesome thing to do. I really like it. I mean, I love it personally because I'm lazy and I don't want to edit videos and stuff. But I can go through and say, hey, right here, I can see Donna Smith. Hey, what's up? I can say Lucid Reflex. What's going up? Yes, the stream is laggy. That's YouTube. YouTube is not meant for live streaming. Pablo's here. He loves Racing Rivals. Daniel jumped on just to check out, you know, this and that, you know, and I can really connect with people. And I think that's really awesome that Daniel and the guys at Carbonated are doing this because it's just another avenue to connect with players.
Dude, I love their Twitch shows that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, that is something that, you know, you're starting to see more developers do that, but having them do it, it's a big deal because, you know, they're previewing stuff that before the only way to see previews was like through me or through somebody else that, you know, that went over and beyond to try to find information.
Right.
I love that they're doing that.
And a lot of the times to get that information, you kind of had to be going places that you might not have been allowed or supposed to be, you know. And then when you got this information, it was kind of, you kind of like you put it out there and like with a positive, you had a positive angle you wanted to, but at the same time it kind of looks a little bad upon you because maybe, like I said, you're going and doing things you shouldn't be doing, but you wanted to be the first to put it out there and go, oh, check out this car, check out these wheels they've added, check out this, what is this, here's some data we found, like, what do you think of this, you know? And but like the way they do live streaming now, it's really nice. It's just like I said, it's another avenue for players to kind of connect, and also like you can read on Facebook all day long and say, oh, well, this guy doesn't like this, and this guy says that, and this guy really likes those, you know, and you know, and you can. But when you are live and you can actually interact with players, it just holds a lot more weight. Yeah, and it's
it lets them know also that you care.
Yeah, like
granted, they're not going to, you know, like with 7.0 coming, they're
uh-huh.
not going to change their whole game plan because we don't like it.
No,
they're just letting us know, like, hey guys, this is what's coming. I mean, they don't have to let us know anything.
No, most games won't do that.
Burn the hell out of us.
Yeah.
CIA used to burn us like crazy. Like, I'll never forget one day, just out of the blue, they decided that they were going to take all of the cash out of the game and force everybody to start over from zero.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no, like, pre-notification of this. They didn't tell anybody, not even the people that were close to them.
Nope.
They just one day wiped all the cash out of the game.
Yep.
And they were like, sorry about that. We just thought there was too much money. Good luck. And
Yep.
I was like, God damn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like now, like we're getting heads up when we can. You know, you can't tell us everything. Obviously, you know, we know that we know Carbonated can't tell us all the little secrets or what's in, you know, and it ruins the surprise, and B, there's a lot of information you just can't say. Like it's a business. You have to protect your business, your best interest. You have to protect your employees. So obviously, there's a lot of stuff you can't say. But when there is something that you can say, you know, they're doing a really good job of, you know, not only does it build up the hype, but like you said, if it's something that maybe might not be accepted, maybe it takes the sting a little bit more to, you know, hey guys, heads up, you know, this car is going to be removed, or, you know, we're going to change this. I know you guys like it, but no more tokens because they've been exploited, you know. So use your tokens now while you can, instead of just slapping it out there. Boom, you go to log on and you're like, whoa, I had 300 tokens and now they're gone, you know. You know, it's a nice way to give a heads up when it, you know, when it makes sense and when it can be done.
You know what's funny is, like, I used to get burned, and I used to have people talk crap to me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Carbonated came in and they started releasing the events on Sunday. And my whole thing about that whole process was, I tried to make it as easily shareable as possible, because, yeah, it was for my VIP members, but obviously they were going to share it with their team. I wanted them to share it. You know what I mean? So whenever Carbonated came in and they said, hey, we're going to start releasing the events on Sunday, it wasn't a negative thing. It was a positive thing, because the more people that get that information, like now, even with 7.0, the more people that have this information, the better prepared they can be.
Yeah.
And, you know, with the whole Sunday release of the event, I was only able to reach so many people. Facebook only reaches so many people. YouTube only reaches so many people.
Mm-hmm.
We did pictures at first. I tried doing pictures. That way they could just share the picture.
Yep.
And then you had people making fake pictures and all this crap. But then I started releasing videos on the channel. So that way they could just share the video.
Right. And you know it's legit. You know it's not been photoshopped or faked or whatever.
One of those things, man, where, I mean, and you know, back to how you were talking about, you know, like the money that you make off of YouTube and stuff.
It goes right back into the game. Like,
exactly. Well, not only that, but I mean, like, the money that I made off of the website, that went back into, like, production, like, the video, you know, the video program that I used to edit my video, that wasn't free.
No.
You know, the software that I used on the website to do the memberships, the layouts of the website, none of that stuff is free, man. And I, you know, on top of that, the time that goes into, you know, making these videos, like you said, I mean, most, you know, you do it during the day, and by the time you realize it's dinner time, you know, I would do it at night, and by the time I realized, like, damn, I only got 3 hours of sleep before I got to work at 5 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't made all that much money with my YouTube. You know, it's just not that lucrative. If I was here to make money, this wouldn't be the way. I would just go and work some extra hours at work, do some overtime for the money. I do it because I enjoy it. And I've probably sunk in, not just in the game, but outside of the game, so much money just for YouTube. Okay, so like this microphone right here, which is a piece of junk, and I got to buy a new one. That's $150. This camera right here, I think I spent about $100 on that. My PC alone, which I wouldn't have purchased a PC like this unless I was doing live streaming, this was about $1,000. I finished my whole studio down here, so I had a place to, you know, live stream. What else? I mean, the monitor, I bought that. I have it's not down here, but I have a digital camera that I use as well. I was using that for make videos and stuff. That was $700-800 for that. So, you know, I bought multiple iPads. This one here is an iPad Pro. I can't remember how much I spent on that. It was, I think it was a couple hundred. I can't remember how much it was. Maybe it was more. I don't remember how much I spent on it. So,
whenever I bought my tablet, I bought a K1 tablet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember Rod, the living legend.
Yeah, I know Rod.
When Rod told me that, dude, this K1 tablet, it's the truth. You got to try it. There's no lag whatsoever. So I looked online, and dude, the tablet was like $230. And then it doesn't even come with a charger. You actually have to buy a charger. That's $35 more. And I was like, oh my god. So when I went, I told my girl, I was like, hey, I want to spend $300 on a tablet. That way I can, you know, play this game better.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look. You should have seen the look that she gave me. Like, you're gonna what?
Yeah. So.
But I mean, you know, I knew I needed a better device. If I wanted to do the live streaming, I knew I needed a better device if I wanted to do screen recording. And I told her, I was like, look, you know, it's going to pay itself off, and it has. But, man, you know, it's one of those things where it's not easy to spend money to do what you do. It's not easy to spend money to do what I do, but, you know, we do it because we love the game.
Yeah, and I absolutely, like, right now, just hanging out with you, chatting, you know, Daniel was on, not last night, but the night before with a few guys. I freaking love it, man. Like, I don't necessarily, you know, I don't make much money doing this. You know, I do make a little bit here and there from YouTube, but I do it because I just absolutely love it. I love talking about it. Daniel said just a little bit ago in chat that he actually met somebody who... let me go back. He said he met a random guy that plays Rivals. I've never had that. I've never met anybody, a random person that's played Rivals. So I don't have anybody to talk to about the game. Like, to throw these, like my wife, hey, what do you think about the showroom going to be gone? And she looks at me, you know, she'd look at me like, what are you talking about? You know? So to get to live stream with you and all the other guys, it's a really cool, I like it because it's just a way for us to just talk about the game. Like, I could sit here, like we've been live streaming, me and you. We're going on an hour and a half right now of just talking about the game. And I love that because it's just a cool way to toss ideas back and forth and talk about, earlier we were talking about the history about how Nitto, and they've gone through the different games and what happened. They shut down and they started Racing Rivals, and people didn't get to bring their cars and garage over to Racing Rivals. But with 7.0, we do kind of in a way get to bring, a piece of our legacy with us to kind of show and to show off moving forward. That's something that wouldn't have happened if they would have just shut down Racing Rivals and started a whole new game altogether. So count your lucky stars. We have some material, some garages, some cars and stuff to bring over to kind of show off down the road, which is kind of cool because, like I said, most games don't do that. Call of Duty, you think you get to move your progress over, your guns, your setups? Do you think you get to move that over to the new game? Not a chance. It doesn't happen. And I can't honestly, I'm sure it's been out there a few times, but like, even games like World of Warcraft, when a new update comes out, you get to keep all your old stuff, but it is useless, because the level cap moved up from, 60 to 70, and all that stuff is useless now. At least we have a legacy garage, and there's going to be events that you're going to be able to use them from time to time. I'm not sure how often you'll get it to use it, but from time to time you will. So it's not like you're starting over completely from zero, and I like that. You do get to kind of bring over, and when you're bored, you can sit back and you can kind of go through your cars and kind of remember, oh yeah, I remember when I got that car, and I like that car. A good friend of mine gave me that car. At least you get to keep some of that, and you have a foundation to move forward with.
That's fun. The other day, whenever when all this was dropping, I was sitting there and I was just like, I was typing to one of my friends, and my chick was like, "Babe, what's wrong?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, you have that look on your face." And I was I could tell you, although I'm not sure that you want to know. She's like, "Well, tell me, and I'll let you know what I think about it." And I was like, "Okay, well," I was like, "Daniel's screwing up the game," and I was like, this is what's happening. I explained to her what was going on, and she was like, she's like, people are going to be pissed. And I was like, yes, they are. And she's like, are they going to riot? I was like, I don't know. Because, she was around when Nitto V2 shut down. And I mean, dude, if you could have seen it, bro. Like, I don't know how many people have seen Mitch's video where, he got kind of emotional talking about leaving the game. Imagine Mitch's emotion, but on 30,000 people, and that was the way V2 shut down. Everybody had that exact emotion. There was nobody that was like mad. Everybody was just like in a state of depression. Everybody was sad. Everybody knew what was happening, and there was absolutely nothing we could do about it. So she knew, and she was asking me. She's like, "Well, I hope nobody's gonna get mad, or nobody's gonna, act the way they did when Nitto shut down." I was like, "No, I don't think they will." It's like, because they're gonna continue. Thankfully, I mean, we're gonna be able to. This whole process is gonna keep going, but I just hope that it succeeds. And I know there's a lot riding on it. I know Panda's, if the game succeeds, and Panda's gonna sing on Livestream, that'll be very nice.
He said, what was the he worded it very carefully, though, so he wouldn't. He had an escape clause the way he worded it, so he didn't have to sing. Even when the game is what's the word I'm looking for? Just like full blast ahead, no looking back. Everything's good. All chronic and palm trees, and we know the worst is behind us, and it's all on the up and up. He still had the way he worded it was kind of a little sketchy, like he was going to try to skip out without singing. I don't know. Yeah, like, no, I didn't lie. Like, the wording was just right.
That jacket that he has, man.
Oh, yeah, the Rivals jacket. I got one. I should start wearing it more. We're going to make Panda sing somehow, Daniel says. All right. because it's gonna happen. He's gonna sing one way or another. Like even if you have to like take your phone and record him singing in the studio one day without his knowledge.
You know what's funny is I'll never forget this day, but it was one of the days that we were at the council, and it was one of the old middle admins. The name was .x Converter. His real name was Sam, and Sam came over and he's hey, this is that weird guy with the Excel spreadsheet, right? And
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I think so, and we want to see it. So they went over and they started looking at Daniel's stuff. And as Sam was walking away, he's like, why don't we just hire this guy?
Yeah.
And it was funny because, you know what I mean? It was true though, because these guys, they made the game, but they didn't understand the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just...
We break it down as a player. We break it down, and we know, like, you know, there's a difference. Like maybe now is a little different because Daniel's there, and there's some more people that really have a knowledge of the game and how we play it. But at the time, I have to assume they didn't know that. They knew how they programmed. This is the game. And then, like we said, we went out there and they saw Daniel and they saw some of us doing ghost shifting. They were like, "What? That's crazy!" Like they didn't even have a clue. So you know, we really do break it down and know the ins and outs.
I remember whenever we started telling them what we sell wheels for, they were like, "Y'all sell wheels for what?"
Yeah.
They were like, "Why don't we just sell wheels?"
Yep.
It was like, damn, like, you know what I mean? When we were explaining the whole black market, there was a time where they pulled me aside and they were like, write down what all this stuff is worth. So I was like writing down the values of certain stuff. And when it got to like rims, it was like, you know, these prize rims, they sell at the time, prize rims were like at 200. They weren't crazy yet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last like year of the game, man, they went up to like $300-$400. But it was funny watching when they saw what some of this stuff sells for, you could see the little wheels turning in their heads. Like, why don't we just sell this stuff?
Yep. And why don't we just shut down shop and we'll just sell wheels? Shit, man. Yep. So we got Sticky Ricky in the house. He's good there. And a little bit, I have to address this issue here. That boy Chimp, he was like, Pigpen needs to sing. No, let me tell you something. Pigpen does not need to sing, and I'll tell you, I'll be doing you a favor if I do not sing, because if I sing, it's going to hurt your ears. I'm doing you a favor. Trust me, man. I you know, it's funny that it's nice that you want me to sing, but I'm doing you a favor. I'm not singing because, like, I don't want to hurt your ears. Seriously. And way back, Kaylana Rose, I caught it. This was way back, maybe 45 minutes ago. She was like, hey, she said, hey, what's up, Pigpen and Brian? She said hello, so I want to kind of say hello to her. Didn't want to, you know, it's so hard to, we're in a conversation, I see the live chat, and it's so hard to kind of address all the conversations and the hellos and the...
You need to get one of these females on here, that way we can get a female's perspective.
Well, I had Crystal. Crystal was on here the other day, and I'd like to have Crystal back on. She's a firecracker, man. She's good shit. She's cool. She jumped right in. She didn't. All of us. It was funny because all of us knew each other. We all live stream and we all chat. And she was the new person, and she was not intimidated at all. She just jumped right in as if she was part of the group. It was great. So I'd like to get.
It's really cool to see female gamers. Like,
yeah.
You know, there's those girls that game just to fit in.
Yeah.
And you can always tell because they're the girls that they'll hold a PS4 game while holding the Xbox One controller. You know what I mean? And you know they're not. You know, it's like those girls that'll hold a wrench and act like they're taking off lug nuts of the car.
Yeah.
You know, they're not in it. You know what I mean? But it's real cool when you actually see girls that can sit there and talk to you about, you know, ratings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was.
Miss Sherry, which is one of the actual owner, real owner revamp, but I sit sometimes and I trip out because she'll sit there and Cesco, I need a tune for this in this lobby, and I'm like, I don't even have a tune for that in that lobby. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's really cool to see because this game, and that's because her mom used to play too. Sherry's mom, before she passed away, rest in peace, but her mom used to play this game too. And I mean, when I think about that, I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
It really is. You know, you sit and you think about it. Who was it? Somebody just said hello. Oh, Chaotic. I could go back. It was Chaotic. He says hi. He said hello to me, both me and you, Brian. So Chaotic. He's always here in the live chat. So what was it? The other thing. Somebody just mentioned something. Oh, you mentioned something. Like, we should get some more female opinions. I like that. Like I said, Crystal was here. It was funny because we need people who actually play. Crystal plays. I want to get some other females to actually play, because there was a video, a show I was watching. It was one of like these ones they bought, like an old '69 Chevelle. And the guy had it in his garage, and the thing was just beat. It was just rusted. It was in dire need of help. And a couple of guys come in, and it's like one of these shows. You know, they just rebuild everything, but there's this hot girl there, and you could just clearly tell, like, she is just there for eye candy. Like, it was exactly the same thing. It wasn't the lug nut situation that you mentioned, but it was. She was under the back end of the car, and she was removing. I think they were removing the. I don't know if it was the tank or maybe it was just the exhaust. Anyways, they're removing it, and sure enough, like, she's there, and all of a sudden she just like drops down the exhaust, and it's just like, no way. And I'm not saying there aren't women out there. There are plenty of women that get down and dirty and pull off an exhaust and, you know, rebuild an engine, but it was just clearly not this girl. And
Omar said overhauling. I remember they had that first girl, and that first girl would get in there and get all dirty, and then they had that second girl with the dark hair, and she was the one that would do all that, where she would like magically remove rusted lug nuts.
Oh my God.
all the fake stuff that you knew she wasn't really doing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you watch Grand Tour at all?
Oh, dude, I love that show.
Oh my gosh. So like, see, there must have been an episode, obviously. Today's what, Saturday? There was a new episode yesterday. It wasn't that one. It might have been the one before that, or maybe even the one. It was the one where they they make the amphibious car, the amphibious vehicle. Oh my God. They had the Russian fighter jet engine on, it was like an old boat they pieced together on this vehicle. Then in the back there's the fighter jet engine, and they tested it out on the track, dude. And it was hilarious because he's looking, and then all of a sudden they pan over, and there's all these airplanes that are these little biplanes, and these little, they all getting blown over. Like this jet is just some massive power, and I'm like, holy crap. So when they put it on the back of this amphibious vehicle they made, and they're in the lake, and the jet engine, the way they filmed it, man, you could hear the jet engine, hear the power, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then they zoom out, and it shows them going like 3 miles an hour. It's freaking hilarious. And this jet's just blasting out massive power, but they're just creeping along it. I love that show, man. Oh my God, it's so funny. Those guys are just, the chemistry is just crazy between them.
I'll never forget, there was one on the old show, there was one episode where it was the Armageddon episode. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget, like, my girl, she doesn't normally watch that kind of stuff, but I'll never forget, I was watching it, and she came and she sat down, and she's like, what are you watching? And I was like, just these old guys talk about cars. And she's like, well, you mind if I watch with you? I was like, no, go ahead, sit down.
Yeah.
And it was the funniest thing, because what they did was they painted the windshields completely black. The windows were all completely black, so they couldn't see anything, and all they could go off of was the GPS navigation. And dude, they were driving and crashing into all kinds of stuff. And I'll never forget that my chick was there, and dude, she was snorting, she was laughing.
Oh God!
Those guys are they're kind of like this game where you don't have to be a car person to like them.
No.
To appreciate their humor. I mean, dude, those guys are just funny.
It definitely helps a little bit. Obviously, it's a car show, you know, based on cars, all the... Oh, my gosh. But, man, they have, like, some of the best chemistry between them. They did the one not too long ago, and I forget his name, but he's like a professional... He makes these videos where he was, you know, spinning, doing donuts around, like, on this dock, and his tires are just on the edge, ready. The car would have just plummeted over, and he's like going, and then they redid it, and they're like, oh my, I could go on. I don't know. Jeremy was like, no, was it Jeremy or Hammond? I think it was Jeremy was like, no, it's all fake. It's all fake. And he redid one, but it was it was just hilarious. I don't know. I can't even do it justice by talking about it, but it was great.
I like whenever they do the entrances of their special guests.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like in the background getting blown up and shot,
Uh-huh.
ran over by boats.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, Sticky Ricky here. Oh my gosh. So, I got to get together a crew. I'm off Monday. So, tomorrow after turf ends, I'm going to try to get I'm going to try to get a new set of, a group of people together. And this time, like last time, I think I got everybody who, for the most part, is in the same boat as me. Kind of at first when we heard about the changes, we're really skeptical and kind of, you know, on the negative side. And as the day went on, we're still kind of questioning how things were going to go down. And then Wednesday, you know, Carbonated that evening, they did their live stream on Twitch. And within 5 to 10 minutes, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally at ease now. Like in black and white, you read what was the patch notes, you read what was going to happen, and in black and white it sounded horrible, and you're like, this is, oh my god, what's going on. But when you actually heard them and you listened to them and you gave them their moment in court to explain what was happening and why it's happening, I personally, within 5 to 10 minutes, totally did a 180. I was completely calm, going, I see what's happening here. I like it, okay? I like it. And I had everybody on the show, actually, the last couple of last couple of live streams, people were in the same boat as me, and, you know, they're really excited for it. So I want to try to find, I think I want to get a couple of people who say they want to quit. I want to try to see their
side of it.
Yeah, I want to see their side of it and, you know, kind of see, you know, and I think I know why. I think I know most of the reasons why they're pissed off and upset and quitting, but I kind of want to talk with some of them and, you know, just to see what their biggest concern, why they're quitting, and what, you know, and just see, because I like conflicting and opposite views. You know, if I just get everybody who's like me, the game, I'm looking forward to it, well, it gets a little bit boring because everybody, yeah. So if I can find the right couple of people, you know, who can be civil, say, and explain to me what it is and why they plan on quitting or thinking about quitting, and, you know, maybe if we can understand that a little bit more, I can say, well, hey, you know, or, you know, or I don't know, I get an understanding of the picture a little bit better. I think that would be good. But I'd like to.
You know, it's crazy because these guys, you know, Daniel and even the guys from Carbonated, you know, they sit there and they try to answer as many questions as they can. But, you know, it's like I was telling you, you know, we only reach so many people.
Yeah.
And there's still a whole other side. And, you know, it's funny because Rich used to always tell us when we would overreact about stuff, he's like, you guys realize you're not even 10% of the game, right?
Right.
Like the Facebook community, like we're a massive amount of people, but yet in the grand scheme of things, we're not really that big of a, you know, group of people. We just happen to all talk to each other, and we think we're this massive force that can move the world. When in reality, you know, we're just part of the game.
Yeah.
And you know, no matter how many times they try to explain it, no matter how many, you know, Daniel could talk till his face turns blue, and there's still going to be people that are going to hate the game.
Sure, absolutely. That's the nature of the beast. You know, like, we're gamers, we're human, and when things don't go our way and things, you know, not as expected, you know, we throw temper tantrums. We, you know, I could go on and on. You guys know, we know, but you know, it's just the way it is. And, you know, like I said, we're a very small part of the community. I don't even know. I could look up I don't know if I can find it on my YouTube. Like, okay, so over like the last 4 years or whatever that I've been doing the YouTube thing, you know, I have, you know, for me, it's a huge accomplishment. Like 12 million views, maybe 12.5 million views now. For me, personally, that's a huge accomplishment, man. 12.5 million people, or views wanted to see or were interested in what I had to say or show them. But in the grand scheme of things, that's very little. Like, that's why I'm so humble, because it's not that big. It's not that much. It's not that, for me, it's a huge accomplishment, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big, you know? And, you know, you just gotta sit back and, you know, as it is, you know, the Facebook community is pretty small. I don't want to dismiss them at all, but...
Do you ever look at your Google Analytics to see where people are watching you from?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have views from, I think I can go there now while we're live. Actually, I can open up another window without screwing that up. I have views from almost every single country in the world except for...
I love seeing that, bro. Like, it is so cool to go there. The one thing that always makes me laugh, though, is the parts unknown. Like, where the hell is it?
Let's...
I always trip out on that one. Like, where are they watching from and what are they using?
Let's see. It's got to be here. Studio Creator, I think. Give me a second. I love it. Yes. Analytics. Let's see if I can find the map. There's a map of the world somewhere. And I can set it for... Oh, here it is. I can set it... Make sure I'll set it for the lifetime of my channel. Give me 2 seconds. I love this. I love going through. Here it is. Lifetime. Okay. So in the lifetime of my channel, wow, 12.6 million views, which is absolutely staggering for a slacker such as myself. So in watch time in the United States alone, 27 years... 145 days. That's awesome. That's just in the United States alone. Watch time across the world of my whole channel from beginning, 45 years, 251 days. Wow, it's just mind-boggling. So, I mean, pick a country. Chile, South America, 74,000 views. I'm like, really? Indonesia, 645,000 views. Philippines.
And think about it, though. Like, those guys, you know, they have shared internet. Like, they don't have the ability to just get on the internet like we do. You know what I mean? And that's what always trips me out, of the third world countries that view our stuff. And I'm like, you know, for them to use the little bit of internet that they get to see what we have to say, that blows my mind. I
mean, look at this. Madagascar, you know, an island off of the southeast of Africa, out in the middle of, like, the Indian Ocean. 921 views. Yeah, well, let me pick some obscure... Kazakhstan, 10,600 views. Mongolia, 345 views. Japan, 22,000. I mean, I could go on and on. Like, France, 94,000. United Kingdom, 589,000. Sweden, 30,000. Let's go to... Look at Ethiopia, 16 views. 16 people in Ethiopia were like, hey, what's Pigpen doing? What's that idiot Pigpen doing? Somalia, they have 5 idiots in Somalia who were like, Pigpen, I want to watch him.
Pirates in Somalia,
They're like, what's that idiot Pigpen doing? Let me see. South Africa, 81,000 people. Brazil, 230. I mean, I could just go on, 234,000. Canada, 407,000. You know, Greenland, 842 views. Iceland.
And you know what's crazy is, I guarantee you, some of these places, they don't even understand what you're saying.
Right.
And you know, and I guarantee you, like your perfect launch tutorials, you don't need to know English to learn how to launch a car.
No.
You know what I mean?
Look at this. I mean, I could just go on, and I'm trying to find some, like, obscure island in the Pacific. Let's see. Well, Fiji.
That's pretty awesome.
Look at this. Somalia, 6 views for a total of 5 minutes and 49 seconds. That's almost a minute per person. You know, great. It's crazy. I mean, I love it. I love it. It's great. You know, I just love going through my analytics and seeing this stuff. It's just like, it's crazy. And like, I get messages from people all over the place, and it's just makes you feel so good. Like people that have never met me, I've never met them, just saying, hey man, just wanted to say thank you for everything you do. Like you do a lot, and I don't really see it as that. And I'm just a guy. I play a video game. I make videos, and I'm very appreciative. I love the fact that everybody says this, and you know, and they're like, dude, you do so much. We love you. I want to thank you. Da, da, da. And like, but in turn, I'm like, no, it's me who should be thanking you for watching. Like, if it wasn't for you watching, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, it's just, it makes it all worthwhile. It's crazy. Yeah, I love the analytics going through there. So, man, it's just humbling. Dave in Cleveland's watching right now.
It motivates you too, though.
What's that?
It motivates you. Like, it makes you want to do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
like I laugh whenever I look at like my first videos and stuff, and I'm like, man, you know, like I used to have like a 3-minute long intro, and I'll never forget when Rich was like, nobody likes long intros. And
that's the truth. I only have like, my intro is like 10 seconds long, and that's still too long for me. Like I go through it and I'm just like, dude, stop with the intro. It should be like a 3 to 4 second long intro. And even then, like we're the generation, we're like one of the generations, we want it now. I mean, we want it that. And to have to watch an intro is just buzzkill. Like, come on, man, get to the video.
Yeah. It's been fun though. It's been, I'm not gonna lie, like my daughter loved doing the crate openings with me. Like Rich, you know, I'm not gonna lie, right? I used to get hooked up, and when I would sit there with like 30,000 gems, I'd be like, babe, you wanna come do this with daddy? She's like, hell yeah, I wanna do it.
Yeah.
I would sit there and crack open crates, and I mean, you know, it's just one of those things where like you meet people, and you know, like when she hurt her leg, you know, we were in San Antonio. I had one guy that asked me, he's like, hey, what hospital are y'all at? And I told him, he's like, you want me to go take over some ice cream? And I was like, no. I was like, well, all right. But just knowing that he was down to do that was like, man, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like this, you know, it's weird because like the other day I saw somebody that had sent somebody else like a bottle of wine.
Yep.
It's just cool, man. Like you meet these people, you know. And granted, you don't like, you know, like we were talking about earlier, you don't ever really, really get to know them, but you get to know these people, and you get to know, you know, like a lot of people have gotten to know my family, you know what I mean? And well, that's the love that they have for my daughter. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's how I got to know Ricky, who's here in live chat now. Like, for the longest time, we have a mutual friend, but that's actually, I mean, I didn't even really know that at first for a while, and it was just like he contacted me, sent me a message, and you know, and like I said, I get tons and tons of messages, and a lot of times I don't even see them, and I feel bad because, you know, I miss a lot of it, and I don't get to really talk to a lot of people who have, you know, legitimate questions and concerns that I could have addressed. But you know, I did see Sticky Ricky one day. He sent me a message, and I was going through, we've been going back and forth for the longest time, and then just recently discovered, like, oh, we have a mutual, well, he probably knew, but it all just clicked for me, and we started talking, and it's kind of cool, you know. You just meet these people over the course of your gaming career, I guess you could say. It's just really cool to meet people. And I feel bad because I don't get to correspond and, you know, interact with a lot of people. I do miss out on that just because the massive amounts of, you know, messages on Facebook, and a lot of times I don't even look at them because a lot of times people are, hey man, can you hook me up with a car? And I'm just like, the reason I made my videos is so you could go out and win cars of your own, and you don't have to rely on the black market buying them, and you don't have to rely on asking me for one, and you don't have to rely on trying to find someone in a lobby to give you a car or to trade a car, and then you get scammed and lose out. Like, that's the whole point of the game, and I wanted to teach people how to race and stuff so they could go out and have fun and enjoy the game and play it as it's meant to be.
Yeah. What's crazy is, you know, I never thought that, you know, this game would ever provide all that it has. I mean, you know, getting flown out to Cali twice has been insane. You know what I mean? And it's funny because, you know, my my girl, she used to hate Nitto, but you know, she puts up with racing rivals because of all that it's provided. I mean, it's been, you know, it's been awesome. You know, meeting Shin and Rod and you and Daniel. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, this game has provided experiences that, I mean, dude. I mean, like, case in point, bro. That restaurant that we went to where they had all the meat and stuff. Like that, dude. That was insane, bro.
That Brazilian restaurant there, yeah. I ate.
Man, I mean,
I'll tell you, that was the first I ate. They had a chicken heart. I ate that. It was it tasted good. It was a little rubbery, but it tasted good.
I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, it just, you know, it's provided experiences for us that we never would have otherwise been able to.
No, not at all.
I mean, you know, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles at fucking 8 in the morning with you guys. It was awesome, man.
Brian, that's funny. Brian I just want Brian Appleton. I just want the update to come out already. Daniel says, me too, so folks can see what's up. So tells you right there, Daniel believes in the update. He wants it to be out as soon as possible, just so people can just relax and go, damn, we made a huge racket over and all this noise over something that turns out is going to be much better than what we have. And so, and Daniel did mention this earlier, like, we've been saying this, like, Daniel, like, moved across the country. You know, he was in Iowa, I believe, and he dropped everything because he really believed.
Uprooted his family.
Yes, not just him, but yes, his family, uprooted everybody because he met with these guys from Carbonated. And honestly, if you uproot your family, move across the country, you have to understand that you believe in what you're seeing. You believe 100% what you're hearing, and for him to do that.
Hey,
you know,
real quick, Joe.
Yes,
Joe,
yes.
Real quick, let's send a special shout out to the real MVP, which is Daniel's wife, for letting him do that. Because if I was ever to tell my girl, hey, I want to move to California, I'm gonna go play this, I'm gonna go work at this video game that I play, my girl would drop kick me, probably throw me down the stairs. I mean,
probably.
Shout out to Mrs. Grimm, though.
Right, Mrs. Grimm, absolutely. Shout out to her because, you know, without her...
She believes in Daniel.
Right, without her approval, he wouldn't be there.
I mean, it's awesome, you know what I mean? And what's cool, though, is that not only did she support him in doing this, but she's in those chats every single time.
You know,
talking with us, kicking it with us, you know, letting Daniel know that she supports him. Like, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's cool to see. You know, it's hard to be against Daniel.
You know, it was really cool because, like, I was in a couple of the weeks now. I've seen her name, Mrs. Grimm, something or other, and I was like, I didn't know if that was actually her or if, you know, because I asked in the Twitch chat, is this the real Mrs. Grimm? Because I know how gaming on the internet is. Everybody, there's always some imposter out there trying to, for whatever reason, you know, pretend they're somebody else, whatever their reasons are. Maybe it's lighthearted as a joke, or maybe they're actually really trying to be deceiving you and, you know, deceptive. But I was like, is this the real Mrs. Grimm? And I believe... yeah, I believe Daniel or somebody said, yes, that's the real Mrs. Grimm. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to be rude and ignore her, but I was just like, I don't want to talk to her and find out that's not even the real her, you know. But yeah, Daniel says here, my wife was the official permission giver. True story. The women of the household, nothing happens in the household without the woman's say so. And that's true. So, yes, Brian, you're right. The real MVP is Mrs. Grimm.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. That is. But, okay, so back to my point, though. For him to uproot not only himself, but his family, move across the country, start everything new, it was because he has a complete and 100% belief in what is about to happen, how this game is transforming, who's the crew that's doing the transformation. He believes in all of this or he wouldn't have done it. So a lot of us, we are quick to draw conclusions and jump the gun when we hear changes are happening. But man, I'm telling you, we've done that plenty of times as gamers, many times just within Racing Rivals history. How many times has we heard that an update's coming out and we immediately jump the gun and say, this is garbage, this is crap, this is, this isn't going to work. And what happens? We love it. We get, we give it a shot. We try out the new whatever it is and go, holy crap, man. So like the game right now, we've accepted it as it is for such a long time that it's hard for us to even imagine anything different. But I guarantee you, give it a chance, hang out, try it a few times. If you don't, hey, no harm, no foul. Walk away, find something else to do. But chances are you're going to go, damn, what was all the commotion about? Because this is really awesome, and it's moving in a direction that I think a lot of us are going to really like. Just give it a chance.
We can't really guarantee that it's going to be awesome, but what we can guarantee is that it's better than the alternative, which would have been shutting Racing Rivals down.
Sure. Imagine right now, I'd be live streaming, but there'd be nothing to talk about. What happened? We could talk about Racing Rivals, but it's gone. Like you go to, I then grab my phone, I try to log in, no server connection. Done.
And that's one of the reasons that I get so, I don't want to say defensive, because Daniel's a grown-ass man, but I get real upset with these people that do the memes, and granted, the Hitler one, that was hilarious, but, with the other memes that come out where they're talking shit about Daniel or his family or any of that stuff, right? It bothers me because these guys, the alternative was shutting the game down. Like, this is plan B. This is the last, this is what they did to save the game. So, you're upset because your cars are getting put into legacy mode. Well, the alternative would have been your cars being completely not there. So, I don't know. I just, people, they get real emotional and they get real...
Sure. Well,
and one of the things that really bothers me is that a lot of these guys, and I've been stupid in my life, and I've gone and I've traveled to confront people over video games, and I look back now and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of stupid. I probably should have done that. But a lot of these guys that you see talking crap, they will not say any of this to your face. And that is what bothers me the most, is that all the guys talking crap about Daniel and stuff like that, I guarantee you, if we were to invite them to a council and to be there and to say now, not one of them would say that about Daniel.
No.
Would not say anything about Daniel.
Most of it's just the
stick him in the face.
The typical keyboard warrior, the anonymity behind the internet. There's accounts on Facebook, and I love it. Like, I use my real Facebook account. The one you see, I comment on, in Drama House, on my group, Collective Records. That's my real one. That's my family's there, my friends, everybody, people, that I met in game. That's my real Facebook account. I use that. And then, there's other people that you go and they're commenting and they're talking all sorts of just diabolical trash, just going on and saying some of the most just disgusting things about people, and you look and they have no friends, no pictures, and it's some weird name, and that this person doesn't even have the courage. It can sit there and talk all the trash, but they don't have the courage to do it on their real Facebook. It just goes to show you the type of mentality of these people,
Yeah.
Oh.
I use my real one too, just like you do, and just like Daniel. I mean, hey man, we had nothing to hide.
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
And
like
that's
I said, these guys, they're hiding behind these fake Facebooks. They're hiding behind, these profile pictures of other people. Like, I'll never forget the original owner of Revamp was this dude named Dom, and he was he had a picture of like a male model or something like that. And
Yeah.
I remember he used to always talk crap and say that, you know, the wetback and I was this and that. And one day, I'll never forget, somebody came to me and they're like, hey, you know that's not a real picture of him, right? That's a superstar soccer player male model. And I was like, what?
Yeah. Like Daniel says here, he said he got asked if he was going to use his real Facebook once he became community manager, and he was like, why change it? They know who I am already. You know, he could change it and show a fake, but they know who he is. And the other thing I want to point out right there, it says CM, community manager. It does not say CS as in customer service. Big difference. Big difference. Now, I know as a community manager, you know, I don't know what it all involves. I've never been a community manager, but I know there's a lot to, you know, you want to connect. You're the middleman between developers, the game, and the players. Community manager, you're bridging that gap. Customer service, on the other hand, is a completely different thing. If you have an issue with your account, you get locked out, you lose something, it's not working properly, you feel that there was a mistake, you contact customer service. Now, Daniel does, when he can, he does from time to time help people with issues. But that doesn't mean that is his job. Community manager, not customer service. And the fact that he does do some customer service when he can shows just the type of person he is, above and beyond. Like, look, right now, he's in the live chat. He's watching. He's listening. What is it? This is, well, here it's 2:23, which means I think in California, I think it's 11:23.
10:23.
10:23. Yeah.
Oh. 11:23. Yeah.
Either way, it's late. It's a Saturday night. What the hell is he doing? Something.
He's kicking it with us.
With us, exactly. He's not getting paid to do this. He's doing this because he believes in it, guys. Like, that's the type of person you want to go out and high five, shake his hand and say, damn, he could be, I'm sure he'd rather be at home right now, hanging out, 11:24 p.m. I'm sure he'd rather be at home hanging out with his wife, watching TV, with his kids. What's he doing? He's here with us, answering questions, you know, chatting, keeping it real, and just hanging out. Like, right there, that shows you the type of person that is dedicated, man. So that's exactly, you know, the type of person you want as a community manager. And that's what we have.
Hey, you gotta love Blue's customer service, though.
I do.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure Daniel can clarify a little bit, but you know, I think, and this is I think, and I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think Glue's customer service is Glue's customer service that takes care of all of their games, and I don't think that they have all that great of an understanding of the game, and I think the stuff that gets raised that's above their heads, I think they do send it over to the carbonated guys, and then they handle it from there. But it's been funny to watch some of the stuff that's gone down through customer service over the years. Yeah,
I do think like it's got to be a group of people that take on and do customer service for all, or many, if not all, of the games, because back in the day, like way back, maybe even CIE days, I don't know, but you would see like somebody post a customer service response, and I lost a car to a Honda Civic Si. It went 6.9 seconds, you know. And you're like, clearly, you know, the Honda Civic doesn't go 6.9. You're lucky if you can hit 6.7 with it, you know, or whatever. But or 9.7, sorry. But they were like, this car, nope. This car was within the confines of the, you know, what we deem to be correct, as far as race ties, and you're like, what? No freaking way. So clearly, either A, they don't know the game, or B, they had to just say that. That's what they were told to say. But that was funny. Like,
right now, he said in the chat that they don't handle the CS stuff. That's all glue.
Yeah,
and I
okay.
think glue third parties it out to, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Help Shift, which is like a third party support, and that is part of how that whole. I don't know if you ever seen the account, but there was this one kid that had one of every single car in order on his account, and I remember I messaged him, and he was like, "My dad is a support supervisor for Help Shift."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "There's no way, bro." And sure enough, they looked into it, and sure enough, maybe his dad was like one of the top dogs in support or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was, it's crazy because, they don't. You have that support, but they don't understand what this stuff is worth. They don't understand how this stuff is earned. So, like, that kid messaged me, and he's like, "Hey, I'll give you these 10 cars for that one pink car you have." And I was like, "Dude, I can't do that. Like, that is insane." You know what I mean? And it's just, oh man, the support is just, I don't know, there's something else.
Yeah, well, but yeah, Daniel was saying his, when he was doing the whole RRCR deal, he said they used to give, where was it? He said they used to give customer service hell. I lost that comment. Damn, it's here somewhere, but
I'm sure people would always use his website as a tracker for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, on RRCR it says it doesn't go faster than this, and they're like, who gives a crap about RRCR?
Right, not knowing, like, that's a huge.
Know what game we're on, and we're quoting a Facebook group.
I wonder what's the so okay, so we all, well, I don't know, we all I'd like to get Mitch on here, because I think Mitch could Mitch officially, like the video he put out today, I think it was today or yesterday, I don't know exactly when he went live, but he wanted to tell people, his account no longer is his, he sold it, he's done, he's moving on, and but I would like to get Mitch on here to live stream and talk with him, because I'm interested in what makes somebody, want to do that, and just kind of curious to see if there's any way we can say, I know he might not be able to change his mind, but other people just say, hey, before you make any rash decisions, hold off, wait till the update comes out, check it out, you might just find you like it, but I think that
he left the page to somebody, and they made a post asking who they wanted to have the page. It was between James Caricato and the other Joe. I don't remember the other guy's name, but
I thought
Mitch was saying he had been the admin there the longest or something.
Yeah, I just want. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what. I'm sorry, I'm just reading chat. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of curious what its future is going to be for. The Collective Records page. I mean, that was it is a huge resource for information. And I don't know if it's going to continue. I don't think if they do continue records, then it might not be for the 6.5 cars, but only 7.0. So I'm just...
What would be crazy is to actually see what the... The Facebook group is great. The Facebook group is awesome, but the thing is it only shows the fastest cars of people from that group. It would be crazy to see, from Daniel's side, what the actual fastest times people have rented these cars are. Because I guarantee you, I don't know, I can't say guarantee, but I wonder what percentage of those records are not really records.
Right, and I know there's times too, like I've ran a car and for whatever reason I took a screenshot of it and looked and no clue, but damn, it broke the world record, and I didn't even have a clue, because I didn't even have a clue, and if I didn't know, I wouldn't have, it's one of those, a lot of people don't know, maybe they just don't post, and then there's a lot of people who, hey, they might not even be part of that group, or maybe they are and they don't want to post it, or whatever the case may be, so we only see part of it. Rizzy, where was it? Rizzy had, he's like, he wanted to ask me a question. Rizzy, if you're there, what's your question? I hope I didn't miss it. I'm trying to see. He says, he's asking, he's like, Pigpen, question. So, Rizzy, throw your question up in the live chat for me. I'm going to try to keep my eyes out for it, and I'm kind of curious what your question is. I would like...
forget whenever Rich, one day James and Rich were talking in the old council chat that we had.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, they were talking about the Evos, and Rich was like, because we were complaining about the Evos and their fastest times that we knew of, which at the time were
probably like a low 8.59 or something. Yeah, I was gonna say a low 8.6.
Like, well, you know, and Rich goes, well, they're supposed to run like an 8.38, and we're like, what the hell? Like, you know, according to their driver thing that they had, the fastest time they could run was like an 8.38, and we were like, dude, there's no way possible that anybody could ever hit that time. And I wonder, and like I said before, I really wonder how many of the records or how many of the cars that we think are maxed out are really not maxed out.
Right. I mean, maybe there's some trick to it, like whether it's, you know, the tune or the wheels, the tires, maybe the bottle's different, or maybe this or that, or maybe we have the shifts completely wrong, or whatever, and you just look at it and go, man, like 8.3, there's no way. But you know what, mathematically, yeah, maybe it's not possible for a human, or very unlikely for a human to get that, but that car is it's possible for that car to go that speed. So so let me ask, I'm going to kind of touch base with this. I think this is a good topic. Daniel's they're making new tools for that. Sweet. Okay, so Rizzy.
That I used to get from people that worked at Glue was that the tools were trash. And I know, and I've seen Daniel talk a lot about them having to update the tools, and it's awesome to see that they're finally getting updated, because I promise you, like everybody that I talked to that used to work there, and while they were in there, the number one thing they all hated was that the tools were always broken, the tools wouldn't work, the tools wouldn't do this. And it's, you know, it's one of those things that it's behind the scenes, and we'll never see it, and most people will never know it, and yet, you know, we look and we're like, what are y'all doing? You know, nothing's being done, and yet they're having to spend time, they're having to spend effort on fixing tools that have been there since, you know, only day one, and it never worked properly. Right,
and that was one of the reasons why everybody says when they screwed up, when Glue screwed up our tunes, that was a side effect. That was actually, I don't believe that was, you know, that was definitely not intended from my understanding. They were using a tool to test and to check out, you know, I think there was cars were going faster than they wanted, they were supposed to, and they had this tool. Anyways, I don't know, but yes, that was one of that was like one of the side effects, was like, oh, everybody's tunes were screwed up, and that wasn't meant to happen. This tool was not working, or the, you know.
I don't know if you remember, but they fixed something that was broken and that had been broken for years. And when they fixed it, it made everybody's cars run properly. But we were like, oh my God, he broke all of our crap. But in reality, they fixed all of our crap.
So, okay, let me go back to Rizzy's question, which is actually a good one. He says, where do you sit as far as tuning for 7.0? And I have to assume that he means our legacy garage, because none of us really know what to expect for you know, the 7.0 cars as far as tuning or anything. So I'm going to address it as I'm pretty sure he means our 6.0 or 6.5 cars, our legacy garage. How do I stand? Well, as I stand right now, and it could change next week, it could change later on. As it is right now, there's a couple of things I'm considering. One, I'm considering the cars that I love to race, the cars that I get the most enjoyment out of. I'm making sure all of those cars are tuned to the proper tunes and the lobbies that I want, because if they are eligible for an event, I want to make sure I have them, they're ready to go with the proper tunes, and You know, because those are the cars that I really enjoy racing. So to get the most enjoyment, I play the game because I enjoy the game. And if I don't enjoy this game or any other game, I'm not going to play it. So I want to take those cars that I enjoy the most. Make sure they're ready to go, because that's the last chance I'll ever have to, you know, change the tune. Most of them will be maxed. But then the other thing I want to consider is legacy races, and I have no idea what to expect, other than from time to time there may be legacy events or races or whatever you have, whatever you plan on calling it. From time to time there'll be these events, and we have to understand, I'm going out on the limb and thinking, okay, I'm going to try to pick the events that I think may be the most common. First of all, we'll do, you know, we'll start off with the drivetrains, you know, whether it's all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. I'm going to have to set up cars for those events. Now, to break it down a little bit more, I might pick cars all-wheel drive. Now, I believe Daniel said 1640 lobby up. So, you know, tune some for the 1640, 45, 50, 56. What's next? 63. Did I miss one? No. 56, 63, and what's the next one up, Brian? Is it like 72 and then max?
Then it jumps up, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, you know.
Guys have to remember is that Daniel is a tuner.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he has a hand in it, these legacy events are going to be tuner events, you know. For the most part, I'm, you know, there's been a couple of max rating events where it's like a singular car, but for the most part, in the past couple of weeks, you know, they've been where you're better off making something that fits in a lower lobby as opposed to a max racing car. So
yeah,
I'll keep that in mind when it comes to what you're building.
Yeah, so yeah, he says here you'll need all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. We know that those are like the big, you know, oh my gosh. So yeah. So it's 73, not 72. Okay, so you know, and then you know your other big events, you know, Euro, USA, JDM, and then he says a mix of classes, probably a mix of classes for each of those. He said, you know, from 1640 up. So 1640, 45, 50, 56, 63, 68. That's the one. I think I skipped 68. And then 73, not 72. So 73, 81, and then max, you know, 1690. And who knows, every one of those events with every one of those lobbies, because you never know what's going to show up, you know. It's just you don't know. So pick those and tune. I'm going to pick, first of all, I'm going to start off with the cars that I enjoy the most. Make sure those are ready to go, because I can still race them in the test track. So just, you know, even if I'm not racing against somebody, I can jump in a test track and go, hey, I remember racing the Scion TC. I love that little bastard. That car was fun, you know. Challenging for a little D-class car. Satisfying when you got the right shifts. You know, you can still jump in the test track and race it. So I'm going to do all the cars that I really enjoy. And then, obviously, I'm going to do all the... Now, ghost shifting will still be there. So, for those cars, I believe, right? Yeah. I believe ghost shifting will be there for... the 6.5 cars. So, you know, I'm going to set up a ton of Subi Sports for like the 1650, 56, because those are the ones I love, those lobbies. I'll also max them out and have some set up, you know, that maxed up for I can go shift those. But, you know, if you have a special go shift tune, definitely set them up for that. And then also, you know, whatever, like... just the, you know, the Lamborghini Murcielagos. You have some of those, man. I have tons that are stock. I might as well just start, either maxing them out or setting them up for like, you know, the 63 lobby or, you know, 50, 56 for those. I don't, you know, I don't really know any tunes for them in the lower lobby. I'm sure I could set them up for a 40 and maybe be competitive. I don't know. I'm just not familiar with those. But, you know, I'm going to go through and try to get every combination that I can for every possible car that I feel is either going to be eligible for legacy racing or a car that I'm going to enjoy. So hopefully that'll come up.
I hope with, you know, it seems like they're going to add a bunch of crates leading up to this, you know, this update to 7.0. I hope one of the crates that they bring out would be like a race-ready crate, meaning nothing but like lightweight -8 wheels or negative, whatever the highest negative weight there is. I would like to see a crate that is just nothing but prepping you for, you know, being ready to run on this updated or what, the legacy edition. Because right now, running around trying to find lightweight wheels right now, that is actually one of the few things that's maintaining value. I still see the lightweight wheels selling for $2 to $3.
Oh yeah.
Some of them even more. You know, those the B wheels or whatever they call them, those gold and the ones that came off the RX-7. I still see people paying $10 for those.
Oh, the Ace 8s? Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if, you know, before the update, if they would drop those. That way, you know, people that want to max out a car and be in that top lobby and be able to hit the fastest times, you know, I don't really, it's hard for me to sit here and to tell people that watch my channel, yeah, drop a bunch of money into this game right before, you know, they make it to where you can't do anything with these cars. But at the same time, like, those specific wheels, or any lightweight wheels, they would really help these people that are building these cars.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the one crate that I would actually get behind and be like, okay, let's buy the heck out of this crate, because if you want to be fast, this is what you need.
Yep. I'm going to probably, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to live stream. I'm going to open up some, oh crap, I got to check. How long are those red crates going for?
I think it's a couple of days.
Okay.
I'm not 100%
As long as it doesn't, as long as it wasn't like a 24-hour deal and it's done today. I didn't look at the timer. Maybe Daniel should know, right?
If they did a crate, I'd have to imagine that we will be seeing a blue, a green, a purple, a yellow.
Yeah. Who's to say? But I'm going to try. I got to check. I'm firing up the game now, unless Daniel knows and he can answer here before. Oh, no, it's got a 5-day, 16-hour timer. Yeah, Chad knows. Chad just said it. Yeah, it's got a 5-day, 16-hour timer on it. So actually gives me some time. I'm gonna live stream. I'm gonna open up some of those crates. I really wait for orange. Oh. Well, I really want some red headlights, so I'm gonna be opening up some of these crates. Maybe do some live streaming tomorrow, opening up crates tomorrow. Until maybe I get some, because I want at least one set. I really want a set of red headlights for my QR. So I'm going to do some live streaming, open some of those up. Wait for orange.
Joe, let me ask you this, man.
Yes.
Do you race the QR?
No, but I'm gonna max it out. I
maxed mine out, bro, and I got to tell you, that car is a pain in the butt to race, bro.
Dude, all of those Huayras, every single one of those Pagani Huayras are just massive pain in the asses to race. Like, they have a super fast drop. The shifts are wicked fast. They're awkward timing. And they're just all around like a very tough car to race. Crates will be tasting the rainbow right there. Need I say more? No. That says it all. Crates will be tasting the rainbow. Kind of like Lucky Charms. So, Picture a box of Lucky Charms. How many colors do you see? An ass load. So, there we go. But I'm going to get some of these red before I miss out on them.
Dude, there's a set of red wheels, I'm telling you, bro. They're towards the bottom.
Yes, I want to know why.
Yes, oh my God, dude. I got PM by like 7 people as soon as they dropped. Like, bro, look at these wheels. I'm like, wow, where are those from?
Uh-huh.
You know? They're like, there's a new crate, check it out. I went and looked, and like I said, when I first saw the crate, I was like, dude, I cannot believe they're gonna push content on us right before they make it to it. But when you really think about it,
this is your last effort, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's 600 gems, if I'm not mistaken. You're getting 15 crates, which I mean they're throwing you 5 extra on top of what we normally get, and they're only 600 gems, so. I think that's what, like $12 or something like that. Yeah,
or something. I don't know. It's not that much, but so yeah. No, I'm gonna open up until I want to get some red headlights to put on that Pagani QR. Though you asked me if I raced that thing, and I said no, but the thing was, I did find a little. Nothing big, but I found a way. You know how when you do the campaign, and if you lose your car, you have to register another car to finish the campaign. And on my Ghost Pepper account, I always wanted to finish the campaign, but I looked at it and to register a car just to finish the campaign was, I forget what it was, but it was just a little bit more gems, a little bit too many gems for what just to finish the campaign to say I did it. I mean, I finished the campaign a million times. But I was just like, it's just a little bit too much just to say to have it finished on this account. But I found out that I could race the Pagani Huayra, the QR, and I didn't have to register it to finish out the campaign.
Well, that's kind of cool.
So I did that, and I ended up finishing the campaign. But I had to put turbo on it, or NOS or whatever. And people are like, "Oh, you ruined it," and I'm like, "Well." It doesn't matter because A, I love maxing out my cars for one. Number one, I love maxing them out. And two, this car's never going to leave my account. It's never going anywhere else. I mean, I've transferred it from my account to another one of my accounts to put like some wheels on it that I had on an account and some other stuff, here and there. But like, it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to sell it. So the value, it doesn't matter if that thing's worth a penny or if it's worth $4,000. It's not going anywhere. I'm not selling it. So to put, NOS on it and turbo and whatnot, didn't matter. Doesn't matter to me.
I'm right there with you.
But
if
I do.
One of those cars in real life, I'd probably be like, fuck that car.
Yeah.
I hate that car.
Yeah. But I do want to get some of those red light. I always wanted to get them on there, and I missed them when the racer. I think it was which I can't remember which racer club it was, but it was like top tier item, wasn't it? The red lights, and I missed out on it. I was like, son of a bitch, I wanted those, and to see that they're coming out now in a crate, and they're probably very rare. I don't know. I probably won't get any of them, but I'm gonna try to get some, and if I get some, they're going right on that QR. That thing with some red underglow, maybe. I have red underglow, whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll see, but I'm gonna do some of those just. And we'll wait for orange. We'll wait for some orange crates.
That has me wondering because I don't remember there being very many orange rims. So that's kind of like an indication that they're going to create some really nice looking wheels.
Yeah, there are a few. There were some of the ones. Okay, so there's a TQ, is it? I think there's a
the bronze, like the bronzish, orangish ones?
They have a black.
The WWE.
Yes, yep. There's those. They're with the gold. They had gold, and then it had a thin orange rim from the WWEs. Then there was a one I think they're TQs. Let me see if I can find it here. There was one that's very similar in the red crate now, but right here, yeah, TQSE. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. That one right there, the TQSE. It was just like that. It was in the WWE. Those had an orange lip to them. I don't know, man. But yeah, you're right. They might. I don't know. Maybe they'll have some. Do you think prize wheels will be considered orange?
No, black and gold. It'd probably be in the yellow crate.
Oh my God! How? Oh, man! I'm sorry. I'm just speculating here, man. That would be so cool. Maybe a yellow crate, some yellow jackets. I could have the last set of yellow jackets. Who knows? Oh.
What was funny was Colby snapped on James like 3 or 4 times during the live stream
Yeah.
last time.
Like, oh, like the gentleman with the last set. Would the gentleman with the last set please stand up? Please stand up.
But James is pretty good about all the hate that he gets.
Yeah. No, he's, you know, some of the personal, there's a lot of, and not just him, obviously, recently with a lot of other people, there's been a lot of personal hits going on, but, which I don't think is really such, obviously, a good thing at all, but, and I'm not saying he enjoys it, but damn, James does enjoy the attention. I will say he does enjoy the attention. And it doesn't make, you know, some of the comments, and it doesn't excuse any of the comments, but I think James, he loves he's like a lightning rod. He really is, man. He loves to bring controversy and attention, and that's just the way he is.
Yeah, there's been more than a couple of times where I'll message him like, James, why the hell did you say that? Like, what are you trying to do, bro? And he's just like, nah, it'll be alright. And I'm like, okay, if you say so.
Look at this. What is this supposed to mean? Daniel says, I know things about the last set in 7.0.
Daniel
All cryptic. He's so cryptic.
I know, boy. Dude, Risk used to do that to me, and it would drive me wild. Daniel does it now too, but I swear to you, like, there were times where I would leave the chat that we were in with Risk because I didn't want him giving me cryptic messages because then I couldn't talk about anything that I found.
See, that's...
Daniel does it now too, where he does the cryptic messages like, you know, this, I don't know, and I'm like, damn it, Daniel.
Yeah. That was the one thing, like, in a lot of the chats that I really hated was the fact that I didn't know what I could talk about. Some things I could, some things I couldn't. And if I hear something, I want to be able to talk about it. And that's why a lot of the times when somebody says, hey, man, I got something, you check this out. And I, first of all, man, hold up. Like if somebody told me a tune for a car, or gave me some inside scoop where to shift it. First thing I would ask them, hey, is this private or can I tell people about this? And if they said it's private, most of the time I'd say, well, then don't tell me because I don't want to accidentally say something down the road. And then you say, well, why did you share my tune, man? I go, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Like, I forgot. I mixed it up. Or, you know, somebody said I could and I thought it was this and that. So it's like, if you don't want me to know, just don't tell me because I don't want to have to think about, like, I don't want to have to think about, is this something I can share or is this something that they told me not to, you know? Kind of like Judge Judy always says, you know, you don't have to, if you're telling the truth, you don't have to, like, think hard about it, you know, you don't have to, you know, and if you're like, let me think about that, you know, maybe they're not telling the truth, you know? And I don't want to have to think hard. Did this person tell me I couldn't share it or could? I can't remember, so... That's funny. So I'm just trying to catch up on the live chat. What did I miss? What did I? Some stuff deleted. Crystal, hey Brian. Oh, Crystal, did you see this? I don't know. Let me see. Hey Brian, remember that Ferrari collection raffle? And there's 2 gold cars that James donated that I won. I never got those gold cars.
Shit, you better get on that boy right now before we get over to 7-0.
Right? Man. So.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna tell you, it is so hard doing a raffle because. Number one, you got to get everybody's payment. Yep. And then when it comes time to delivering everybody's cars, it is so hard to meet up with people to deliver their cars. Like that is one of the, it's one of the worst experiences. Like unless, I don't really like doing raffles anymore. Like towards the end, we did a couple of them, and it was just one prize. That way we didn't have to worry about it. But I mean, God, bro, raffles are a pain in the butt. I mean, because once it's full, then you got to go get everybody's payment, and then you have to worry about delivering all the cars. And, it's just, the raffles are a nightmare. I don't even like doing them anymore.
Yeah, I did a few way back in the day on my group, and my group was mainly, you know, people at the time, new people that didn't really, you know, I mean, there were a lot of knowledgeable people too, but there were a lot of people that were new to the game and didn't have a lot of cash. I figured, hey, if I do like a raffle, you know, and, you know, pick a winner and that person can get some money and stuff. So like, you know, people, it was just same thing. It was such a pain just to get people to meet up in a lobby to get the money and then and then have the raffle, then find the winner to give, and then you go, oh, they're going to give them the money, but oh, they have $400, so I have to race them 27 times to get them the money. You know, it was just such a pain. Going, wish I could do it, but man, it's such a pain. So Daniel said, yeah, what's up?
Earlier he explained why the Pagani was so slow.
That's why.
The one thing I could ask of Daniel is if there's any way for us to maintain our Paganis into the next version and to have them in 7.0, the one thing I would ask is that you just get the BMW GT2, take the cover off of it, and put the Pagani QR on top of that, and I swear to God I'd be happy.
Oh, just take the stats behind the BMW and throw it on the visual. Hell yeah.
I would love the living hell out of that. I love the BMW GT2, the Pagani. I swear to God, if there was a way for me to blow it up in the game, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all those Paganis except for like, well, the Zonda. That one's actually pretty easy to race, but like most of them, all the R-Class and like the carbon fiber Huayra, the Roadster, all of them, man. They're so difficult, man. But the thing is there was like, as difficult as they were, there were some people out there that loved to race them and win them, because if you could figure that car out, man, and you had somebody out there that, you know, you were guaranteed to win it, because that car is so tough. Yeah. I'm trying to find I know he explained it, and I read it as he put it up, but now I can't find.
What it said was just basically, you know, with all the cars, what they do is they use the actual
gear ratio. Yeah.
So like whenever, long time ago, whenever you know, every now and then I would help out, and I remember we were emailing Pagani and calling them, and we were doing all kinds of stupid stuff. Well, finally they got back and they actually sent them the ratios. And I remember, like, whenever they first got them, and they were testing the car, they were like, man, this car's running weird. And sure enough, when they released the car, everybody started complaining about it, but those were the exact ratios that they were given straight out of the vehicle. And I mean, you know, it's one of those things where however it runs is how it runs. And like Daniel said, it's not made to be a quarter-mile car. Those cars are like track cars, and they live in the higher gears, going around corners and stuff like that. They're not made to launch and to run through a quarter-mile strip. So, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's cool to look at. I like showing it off. I like taking it into the rooms, but it cannot hold its own against a damn thing.
You know what we should... Oh, my gosh. Brian, you know what we should do before 7.0 drops? We should have...
All of us room together?
What's that?
All of us get in a room together?
Well, yeah, not all... Yeah, all of us get in a room together with them and show off. How many are there? But anyway, like, I'm thinking maybe me and you. It would be the rarest Pinks race known to man.
Hey, you know what's funny is the other day I posted a picture of me racing my QR against racing my Cinco de Mayo truck.
Yep.
And I was, you know, I just posted it, and this kid messaged me. He's like, "You wish you had those cars," and I was just like,
"You're like, little do you know." Yeah. But like, yeah, if we did like a pinks race, you know, obviously I think we would be, it would be a gentleman's bet, and the loser would get their car back. But I think it would be super freaking cool to do a live stream or just even record it, just be like, just be one of the rarest pinks race.
Race of the century.
That would be crazy. Of course, mine's almost completely stock. I don't know where yours is, so.
The dollar modifications are about to drop in March, so.
Honestly, I don't even care, because I'm just gonna start using money because it's gonna go away anyway. So I'm just gonna upgrade everything I can, start tuning everything I can. So.
And set the mill, dog. You can build whatever you want right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through and buy. You know what? I don't have too many Stellas on my account. I'm gonna buy a bunch of Stellas up and tune those. You know.
You know what's crazy is I had never raced a Stella before, and then I think it was like, I don't know what, like maybe a month ago they had an event where the Stella was basically like the best car, and my friend Larry let me run for him, and oh man, dude, like I had no idea how much fun those cars were.
They're fun. They really are. The drop's a little, for me, the drop can be difficult because it's just like a little bit after the second light, between the second and third. It's just, I don't have the best timing. I mean, if it's one of those cars where if I raced it for a couple of hours, I would get it. But to switch from most cars, I can switch back and forth, and after a few races, I'm good. I got it. But that car really gives me trouble just where it's at. And the shifts are actually, they're not horrible, but they're actually semi-fast, you know, compared to some other, like a lot of cars, like the first gear will be really fast, and then after that they slow down and they're easy. The Stella they're not super fast shifts, but they're all consistently on the fast end of the spectrum, which is, can make it a little bit difficult, but man, is it fun to race. Like that, sometimes I wish we could go back and just play different versions of the game, and just go back to like 2.0.
Yeah.
And just.
Hey, are you pretty good with the Evo 8?
I used to be. Once again, I haven't raced it in a while.
That's like my weapon of choice.
You know, it used to be when I first started the game. Like I went through my phases. Like I started off with the Scion TC. And I raced the hell out of that. I must have won. I have probably like 600 of those cars on one. Maybe not 600. 200-300 of them on an account. With all the Honda Civics that I won with it. Because I was in the D class. And then I started moving up. And the Evo 8 is where I made a bulk majority of the money I had. Because I figured it out. I raced it. And for the longest time, I raced it for the longest time with the wrong tune. You know, there's two parts in turbo that are stock. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time. The Evo had some weird... It's one of those weird cars, too, where it only has 5 gears.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is Dave... I don't remember what version it was, but Dave had actually made a version where he was able to stretch the 5th gear out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I think back, and like I said, this is before I raced Evo, so I didn't think about it at the time. But he was like, yeah, I can change the gear ratios and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it wasn't until later on when I got into racing the Evo 8s that I messaged him. I was like, hey, Dave, still got that gear ratio extender thing? And he's like, no, I haven't messed with it in a few versions. And I was like, golly, man, I could really use it right now.
Wow. No.
I always wondered what would have been the outcome of stretching 5th and really letting the Evo get up and go.
I don't know, but I always wondered why the Evo was cut short with that, you know, missing gear. I don't know if there's...
The stock ratios in the car as it comes from the factory.
Is it really?
Yeah, all the cars that are in the game, with the exception of like, there was like 4 cars that I promised you, no matter where we went and no matter how many different places we called or emailed or whatever, we could not get the ratios for them. And it's mostly like the not the off-brand cars, but like the Vorsteiners or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Those cars.
Yep.
You can't really get the ratios for them.
Yeah.
It's stuff that isn't mass-produced.
So
those were always the hard to find, like the BTRs or the Dime Racings. Like, since they're race cars, they don't really have their ratios posted online. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All these stock cars, you know what I mean? Stock Civic, you can go to Google right now and just type in stock Honda Civic gear ratios and it'll pull it up.
Yeah.
But for cars that are harder, that are race cars that actually are made by, like a, you know, like Dime Racing.
Yep.
That's an actual shop. Well, they're not going to put their gear ratios online.
Yeah, the Evo was one of those ones. I love that car, and that's where I made a bulk majority of my money. I just picked the Evo 8, and I would get out of work, and the first thing I would do is I would just get home, grab the iPad, jump on, get in a lobby, and just go through lobby, just refresh after refresh, finding an Evo 8. Actually, I would race any car. B class. There was actually, what's the one? It's the Nissan 370Z, which is that an A class? I think that's an A class.
No, it was the member. I don't even remember Shin, but Shin was so excited about the 370 because it was supposed to be the Evo killer.
And it could, for the most part. I did lose a few to that car because it could go faster than an Evo, but I still had no fear going up against it because for the most part, people didn't know how to race, shift that car and race it. So, 9 out of 10 times you beat the 370Z, but it's faster car, and I did lose a few here and there. Go, damn, that dude knew what he was doing. But other than that, I would race any B class car. I would race any. Evo 8, I put money up, Pink's money, and that's where I made a bulk majority of my money over. I must have been stuck on that car for probably a good year. That was my car. I love that car. And then all of a sudden one day I woke up and I go, I suck at this. I just kept losing Evo after Evo, going, what? How do you go from winning nonstop to I couldn't win a single race? So then I moved on to maybe I moved up to the Stellas. There was another car somewhere I stepped up to in race. I was like, man, it's just it was one of those things where it's just you start off with one car and you just slowly work your way all the way up the spectrum, all the way up to R2.
Yeah. Evo's not an easy car, man. When you got it, you got it. When you don't, you don't.
I'm telling you that.
There's times where you just have to count accept your losses and just get off for a while and come back later on when you refresh and try again, because when you start missing shifts in the Evo, you're going to wind up breaking your phone.
Right. In that Evo, the shifts are weird to begin with. The tachometer, the needle kind of does a weird, and I can't really explain it, but it does a weird slingshot. It starts off really slow, and then it just whips up pretty fast. It has a weird timing, and like you said, if you're missing it, you're just gonna lose your ass on it, because it's just gonna kill you. So just take a break, step back, maybe switch cars, go to another car for a little while, come back, see how you're doing, but. I wasn't like that, man. For a while there, I must have lost. I don't know. I must have kept losing them over and over and over until I just said, screw this, and I moved on to the next car. It might have been Stella's. It could have been, who knows what the hell I moved up to at that time. I can't remember. So, well.
What sucks, one of the cool things that you've done is, you've almost done every single car in the game where you built it and raced it and done a perfect arcade tutorial. I have yet to actually, if I had to put a number on it, I'd say I probably raced a quarter of the cars on the game. And then I found 8 that I just absolutely love to race. And it sucks because I always wonder, I wonder how many other cars I would really, really enjoy.
Right.
Like I told you, I basically just learned the Stella. And that's because it's one of the first cars. Yep.
Oh, Dave's jumping off here. I'm going to probably end the stream here in a little bit too, Dave. Appreciate you hanging out. He's here for the whole 3 hours. He was he was one of the very first people here. And we're going to be wrapping. I'm going to wrap up soon. It's almost, holy crap, it's after 3 a.m. here. I do need a little bit of sleep. I need a little bit of sleep. I mean, I gotta wake up and do some crate cracking tomorrow. So guys, join me for that. I hope to get some red lights, some underglow, deck out some of my cars. Thanks for joining, Dave. And well, one of these days we'll get Dave on here. One of these days soon, we'll see if we can get him on here and hang out and chat. Dave's very interesting. He's got a lot of good information. So, guys, say good night to Dave. And what else? I'm starting to get tired here. I'm just starting to crash all of a sudden.
No, I appreciate you letting me hop on here with you, man. I know, usually you have a full council of people, and I love watching your streams, and I like listening to everybody, especially the guys that you normally have on here. I always like listening to Bird because it's cool to, listen to a team leader of a squad because, that was one of the main aspects of NITA that I enjoyed was team aspects. So I always like hearing him out and Mickey and everybody, Jeff and all them. So
yeah,
I appreciate you letting me get on here. Whenever you need me, man, just hit me up.
Hey, anytime you'd like to, hit me up. And the other thing you could do is we could do a dual live stream. You could live stream from your channel at the same time I'm live streaming from mine,
That'd be awesome.
So, I mean, but yeah, anytime. I mean, especially now, like in the next couple of weeks before and after 7.0, I want to hear opinions from, I want to hear your opinion, somebody who's been playing, has been part of this whole thing from even before the beginning of Racing Rivals. And it's great to hear your thoughts and opinions and to bounce them off of others. So we'll try to get a new mix of people and try to switch it up and get some opposing views. I really want to get some opposing views because if we all agree, yes, this is, kind of makes for a boring, not a boring, but, an average live stream. So if we get people, say, two people that really have different opposing views, as long as they can respect each other, it's great to go and just to hear each other out and, to see why people say this and why people think that. But anyways, that's for another live stream, man. Definitely, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. We'll definitely do it again real soon. So thank you very much. I know everybody knows your YouTube channel and your underground, but if you want to just let people know real quick, we should have done that earlier too. I totally spaced it. If you want to...
It's all, brother. If any of y'all want to follow me, you're more than welcome to. Video Games Underground. Try to do reviews and stuff like that as much as possible, but it gets hectic.
Yes, it does. So next time we'll remember, and you can tell people a couple of times throughout the live stream. That way, people aren't subscribed to you, they can subscribe to you and catch your content as well. Help support the community all around.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, you're well. Thank you. All right, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me. It's 3:15 in the morning, and we have been live streaming for just about 3 hours. Wow, crashing hard here. All right, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn those video notifications on so you never miss a video. Take care, everybody. Good night. Uh.